Just a
Well,
sec.
it's from
I
the
don't think you
background,
can
but
hear.
is there
Fix his mic.
they're very
G'day, g'day, g'day. It's your boy Alaktrician Man, aka Danny D, back for another live stream. As always, joined by my what should we call it, partner in crime, Eric, Crypto Lucky, and
Going on?
also the wonderful Kelly,
Good
Dr.
morning.
Kelly Snook. And we have another special guest with us today who's just started on our Philippines team, which is
looks
30.
like
And I don't know if he can hear me.
you're muted.
No, we're not muted. Are you muted or am I muted?
No, he can't hear us for some reason. I'm
He
not
can't
sure.
hear
Oh,
us.
okay.
There you go.
Can
30.
you hear us now, Ferdy?
Yeah, yes, I can.
I think you weren't
Okay.
hearing us for a while.
Oh yeah. I can't hear Danny though.
You can't hear me?
No?
You've probably
Yeah.
muted me.
Can
Well,
you
that's
hear
weird.
me?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Yeah, we
Oh,
can
I
hear
can hear
you,
you
but you were
fine.
talking earlier and we were trying to tell you that we
yeah.
were about to start and we
Oh,
yeah.
okay. No problem.
We'll see how we go. We'll see how we go. Shout out to Big Lowe's out there in Vegas. Yeah,
I can't hear Danny though.
log off and log back in, bro.
will
He
be
said
here.
log off and log back in, Ferd.
Sorry. We have to log back in?
Yeah, he said
Try to log out, then log back in.
they said log back out and log back in, yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
There you go.
So yeah,
Couldn't
bud.
hear me.
Big lows in
Oh,
the
good
house.
deal.
Yeah. Hey Kelly, the main topic for today is about taking profits, but also just general strategies on DeFi and on Drip on how to how to get to that point where you can actually start taking profits. And the reason why I've done that is basically I've seen it coming up in the chats a lot lately, where people are saying, "Oh, I can't believe people are selling at this price," or "I can't," they shouldn't be doing it, etc., etc. So I thought it was a good topic to discuss and probably controversial to a degree.
Yeah, actually, I thought it was a really. That's why I joined, because actually I'm really interested in that topic too. Because I see, especially in Drip, I see like the general advice that people seem to be given is to just hydrate. But there are certain circumstances where actually that's a terrible strategy, and one of those circumstances is coming up right now. So I just wanted to just chime in, because it's really a good thing to think about. I think there's a general wisdom out there for some reason that's not really wisdom at all, is that that you get the most out if you hydrate all the way till max payout, which is not the case at all.
No, I don't think so.
No.
Yeah, and it kind of makes me think that okay, this is not knocking anyone that says it. Don't get me wrong, because obviously everyone's got their own reasons to believe whatever it is that they believe. But it kind of makes me think that some of these people that are actually saying that are only working with one account, because they think if they're going to take money, it's going to hurt their account, right? And as you've said before, like we've got different accounts that have different personalities, and it's same with me. I have multiple accounts, and each one does different things. I have it for specific things, you know, and yeah, it's like being able to take profits along the way. You should be able to. I mean, you said you've got something that's kind of coming up now where you're going to need to take some. Same as me. My brother-in-law got sick this past week and he's in hospital, and thanks to Drip, I'm able to cover it. You
There you
know.
go.
Yeah, no.
So-
Actually, the thing
Yeah,
that's
that's
coming up
good.
for me is coming up for everyone. I'm sorry to hear about your brother.
Oh, okay. Yeah, my brother.
No, the thing that's coming up is that there's a high likelihood that the price of Drip is going to go through the roof for a minute. And
Absolutely.
And in that case, it's really good to have some claimed Drip ready to go, ready to sell, and to really you make a use of that kind of huge price opportunity that would otherwise not be available to you if you had been hydrating all the way through, because you wouldn't have any claimed Drip ready to go. So
Yeah, that's right.
That's what's coming up. I mean, obviously, there's also, you know, different circumstances that people need to have. And there's also a lot of wisdom in just DCAing out, which is in Drip. What that looks like is just having a plan, and every other day you sell. And, you know, that may or may not be at the high price or the low price, but it would be just a plan that if you stick to it, evens out to be a really, really wise way of playing. So it just really depends on people's goals and people's needs.
Correct.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You're saying the key terms that we've been training our people that we share this opportunity with, you know, DCAing in, DCAing out as well, and that's what it's built for. I mean, you know, we're in this you know, second or third or fourth generation ROI type of contract like this, which is now Drip, and you know, people that were in other contracts before, they kind of understand that. However, game theory is different, right? The game strategy is different. So with Drip, there are many ways to diversify yourself, your own portfolio within certain accounts. And some people say, well, focus on one account. I mean, okay, going from the very beginning, from the very basic, well, what I usually tell people is, you know, set your goals first, right? How much do you intend to make, you know, per day in theory, right? This is almost a gauge. Obviously, if, you know, and I said, if I'm looking, this is my personal thing. So I'm just speaking on my, you know, from my personal experience, I set my first goal at $100 a day. So if I'm looking at 1% a day, okay, in theory, that's $10,000 I should put in this account. That would be, you know, spitting out $100 a day. So that now I had that general number. It's not exact. It's not, the calculations are different, especially with Drip. However, that's my gauge. That's my level.
Exactly.
Right? And so I was doing whatever I could to come up with that $10,000, which is a lot of money. We're talking about
that's what I put into Drip for that reason. Exactly that reason. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. But some people, you know, it's hard for them to come up with $20 a month extra. So how do you start, right? How do you get to that point? So, you know,
I borrowed the money.
There you go. So that's one way of doing it. That's risky, but hey, good for you. And it's working. That's a beautiful thing. You could actually use other, you know, we're not advising anybody. Well, this is not financial advice at all. But I mean, you know, if you know, that is one option, and it will still work based on the numbers and the calculations. It will still work based on the tokenomics. It will still work, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, my whole thing was getting to that point, and I always say, as soon as you can, do whatever you can to get to that point. And at that point, then you talk about growth. So you have the beginning stage of, you know, getting the resources and building, and then you start hitting that point where you hit your first main goal. Now you're in the phase of growth. Now, how do you grow this thing, right? Either reinvesting it, putting in other accounts, or you know, inviting other people. Those are two different strategies as well. So one of the things that I personally learned was, in these type of programs, you definitely don't want to stick with one account, only because if this is too good to not share.
You can't.
You can't ultimately.
You can't.
Yeah,
that's the thing.
You cannot.
There is a max as a single wallet strategy in Drip. That's not a strategy.
There is not. There is not.
Exactly. That's a pray and wait.
And the reason why I didn't want to stick with a one account is because if you start using it as your own portfolio and earning money and living off it, like, you know, many of us are, and you're also inviting people in, it kind of not conflicts, but it's better if you separate the wallet into almost a team wallet. and that is your
Absolutely.
team strategy, team building strategy wallet, and that's the wallet
Absolutely.
that you're going to use to then refer people under, right?
Absolutely.
Um,
Absolutely.
Yep.
but you
I
also
even
have your
different
own.
wallets that have different styles in it. Because
Yeah.
as it turns out, I was actually just taking somebody through my calculator today, and like it was one of the people that's come to me with like a one big wallet, and they want to figure out what to do to next to make it more optimized. And so,
Yeah.
you know, I was kind of thinking about, usually what I've thought through most is what happens when you have some money and you want to put it into drip. How do you best optimize? So that's like fresh drip. But what do you do if you're in a bad situation, not bad, but like a suboptimal situation, you want to optimize it. And this kind of is exactly what you're saying. And the idea is that you want to either be able to, the wallets that you're controlling, especially if it's like a multi-wallet family, I call them families, multi-wallet family, as it turns out, like things that are happening elsewhere in the ecosystem can really impact your own optimization. For example, if somebody is just playing kind of in a really suboptimal way and growing a big wallet right under the same parent that is hosting a family that's trying to optimize, that parent might just blow out, and then they no longer can give rewards back to any of their downline. And so actually that ends up hurting other people in the whole ecosystem. So it can kind of get pretty complicated. So you, as a responsible team wallet owner, you want to be able to kind of not make the team too big, make sure you can keep your team wallet small so it can like deliver the benefits back to the team members for as long as possible, and it doesn't blow out too quickly. You don't want to just have this kind of out of control team wallet that you know, in the end can't deliver or help.
How big is too big, Kelly? How big is too big?
Well, that's a really good question, and that's actually hard to generalize because it's really dependent on the team, and it's dependent on the behavior of the team members and the distribution of the team under you, and it's actually can get complicated really fast. So that's another thing Eric was saying that's so true, that it, like, you want to separate these things out. If you want to have control over your own optimization, then you really need to have that kind of in a separate little ecosystem, almost entirely, like with a whole different upline and downline than where you have your team wallets. And you know, and even your team wallets might just have different natures. So like today, I sent a message to all the people in my drip rocket science group, you know, just saying, listen, if you want to do your wallets in an optimized way, please use this buddy address. If you want to just like put some big wallets under me to reward me for my effort, that's great, but don't do it under this buddy address. Do it under this other buddy address, because I think both of them have their place, but it can be really difficult to keep them all like working optimally if you can't.
I do the same thing, Kelly. I do the same thing. You know, when I'm speaking with people and they're wanting to join up and you know, come on the team, I work out, you know, what kind of strategies that they're going to be playing first before I put them under specific legs. I mean, I've got lots of different legs out there. So, you know, some people it'll work better for them being under a particular personality, as you say.
And then right into the theme of your tonight's discussion is like, that optimal behavior in terms, if you want to be kind of curated into the highly organized ecosystem that I've designed for the optimization of families, what's really recommended is an every other day hydrating and claiming. So like that is taking profits early. That is like actually optimal behavior to do that. It's not and it doesn't matter what the price is, really. Like that is a very, very kind of predictable and optimized. Really, it optimizes everything. It optimizes your flexibility. It optimizes the overall amount that you can get out of each wallet. It optimizes how much the parents can get out of the parent wallets. It optimizes the team, like the whole team structure. And overall, it benefits drip. So it's really a great kind of optimization, and it includes every other day claiming. And people wouldn't necessarily think that, and they're not being told that. They're being told hydrate, and that's like.
How many times should we hydrate in a day?
It depends.
Oh, well, that depends. Yeah.
It really depends on the amount that you have in there. You've got to justify whatever your gas fees are, and then also your
Okay.
strategy at the end of the day of what you want to do with that particular account, or
Yeah. Like
yeah,
I totally agree. And here's something very important to remember, because you see a lot of people, maximalists, if you want to call it, like, and so are we. However, we're not taking advantage of the system. We're not trying to game the system.
Game.
no,
This is built. It's built for this.
It's built
This
for
is the
this.
way it's
Yeah.
built, and it's
Yeah.
built solid. Forex did an amazing, like, genius.
Mhm.
We always
Yeah.
say genius, which is true, because he's thought about it, and there really is no way to ultimately game the system. It's
Yeah.
built in a way where you could grow, teams, you could grow yourself, right? By creating
Yeah.
multiple accounts, you're maximizing, you're optimizing your strategy, right? You're not
Exactly.
gaming the system. So that's important to know.
Definitely.
I'm not trying to take advantage of the system. That's what it's built for. Taking profits out. Of course, we're using this to live off of. So yes, you got to find the best way and strategy to take out, to DCA. Now,
Yeah.
what I was telling Danny, are you going to take out $1? Right? Does that make any sense? No, that doesn't make sense at that point.
Yeah.
So you
It
want
might
to,
make
again,
sense. It depends on what you need. If
it
you
could
need that dollar,
again, because yes, correct. And Kelly, you said something important before, is longevity. Your account, your one account could last many years if you're doing it that way, right? You don't need to hydrate every single day to get up to that point. Again, everybody's different. Everybody's in their own financial level and state of mind, where you create your own strategy. And by having chats like this and hearing from people who have been there, done that, right? It does help to listen to other people and apply to yourself. What is your best strategy? Again,
Yeah.
Kelly, before I met you, again, my strategy was just go, 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 go. I just want to hit $10,000. That's all I'm focused on. That's my target. I'm gonna get there as soon as. I didn't start with 10,000. I started with $600, which is still a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
But with that direct laser like focus, getting up to that point, now I celebrate. I'm like, oh my god, I've hit it,
Yeah.
right? And so
and
now,
we're only
okay,
7 months in.
oh
And
my
we're
god, are you
only
telling me?
7 months in, right? That's
You
the whole
know,
beautiful thing about
I remember,
it.
I think it was November 26th or something like that last year. Not
Yeah.
even 1 year. That's when I started the other program, Flow, right? And then
Mhm.
April is when Drip came, right? So
Yeah.
from that point on, that's where I applied that strategy, and then I brought it over to Drip. Once I understood Drip, the tokenomics, and how the token is just, oh my god, forget about it. Then
Yeah.
So good.
it just changes the game. Yeah,
Yeah.
just like many times, many levels
Absolutely.
up. Right.
Danny, you said something earlier that I would actually challenge. You were saying that the people that are thinking that it's not okay to take profits, or that it's suboptimal in any
Yeah.
way, I just have one account. Even with just one account, it's optimal to alternate client claiming and hydrating.
Oh,
It-
absolutely, and I totally
Yeah.
agree with that. But the thing is that what I've found was that, well, I guess I'm assuming the mentality of a lot of those people to try to justify what their thought is that you're hurting yourself by making a claim.
Oh yeah, no,
And
that's definitely not the case. You're
yeah,
you must, in almost all cases, you're helping yourself by doing that.
yeah, and the
So,
community.
Kelly, could you maybe delve a little deeper into that train of thought? Because I think people don't really understand that still, on how healthy it is, and why it is healthy to do it.
Okay, let's have a look.
Do you mind? Sure.
I don't know if this is gonna work.
You can share your screen.
Yeah, yeah, you can share your screen if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'm gonna share a specific window.
yep, no problem.
I'm gonna share. Why don't I have my? Okay.
Are you in a?
Hang on, just a
If,
second.
yeah, if you're using an incognito tab, then it won't allow you to share.
No, I'm not.
Okay. No
Oh
worries.
no, I'm fully doxxed. I'm fully anybody who wants to know who I am. Like I can't.
Same.
There's
It's
no
too late for
hiding.
me.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You're way too late for that. I'm just gonna yeah, I was just gonna look at my calculator just to show you.
No worries.
But I can't find the tab. Hang on. I'm almost there. Oh, I see. It's because it's in this. Okay, hang on. Okay, here we go. Share screen.
Yep.
Share screen, window. Here we go. Okay. Can you see the?
Hang on. I'm going to add it to the stream now. Just a sec. Okay, there you go.
Okay, so this is my 1-tier calculator, and I'm just going to put in one wallet, and I'm going to assume that we've got 500 drip in that wallet. That's a lot, and I'm going to put $20. $20 for the price usually means about $1 million per wallet if it's optimized. So here we have $1 million, and right now we have a wallet claiming, alternating, claiming, hydrating, but I'm going to instead have it be like the hydrate. Okay, so this is the hydrate until it's goes to be blown out, and there we go. We're pasting that in. Now this wallet is optimized. Oh shoot! I've just. Oh, sorry. Somebody's looking at this. Hang on. I'm not gonna do it in this. This is the public one that people are trying to copy and use for themselves. I'm not gonna mess it up for. Oh no! Wait a minute. I have to actually put it back because people are actually using this, and I just see now there's 2 people looking at it. So I don't want to like do something suboptimal because I really believe that this is optimal. So let me put this back to.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously people can copy it and then do whatever they want, but I want whatever's there to be optimized, and this is really optimized. Okay, so that's the way is the best. So let me just make the way you actually, this is probably useful because everybody sends me emails saying, "Can I please have write access, edit permissions for this thing?" And I'm like, "No, this is read only. You need to do this what I'm doing right now." So here we go. And here we are. Okay. So now you see this new one, and this is just like Danny's example.
Yeah.
Okay. So
I'm famous.
You're famous. You're already way more famous. We're going to say today's the 13th of November.
Yeah.
2021. Okay. So one wallet, 500 drip.
Yeah.
So let's look at what that means. We're going to let it repopulate. So one wallet starting with 500 drip, $1 million total. That's if it's every other day claiming and hydrating.
6 years.
So let's just see how much drip does this wallet get out of it. If I highlight this column, you can see here the sum. It might be hard to read, but that says 58,355 drip.
Yeah.
Okay. So is it going to give you more drip if you just hydrate all the way until you reach max payout and then claim? Let's look. Just remember that number because I obviously won't remember that number. 58,355. Okay, just remember that number. So I'm going to put in the new hydration schedule. And then let it repopulate. And then I'm going to look at this. No, look at that. 57,061. So this column K is the tally of all the drip that you will be able to claim out of that wallet. And it's optimized. I'll show you that it's optimized. The way that you know that it's optimized is when the max payout of 100K and the max payout of 365% happen on the same day. And this is the total tally. So you see actually here in this, and this is just one wallet, you actually get more drip out of this wallet if you
alternate.
Yeah. Okay.
See, super interesting.
So one day hydrate and then the next day claim. Is that it?
Yeah.
Alternate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Again,
an additional
it'll depend on whether you can though, right? I'm just saying that to 30 because depending on how much you're starting with as well.
Well, okay, let's try it. Let's try it with 50, starting with 50 drip. Obviously, the total amount is still going to be the same. It's going to be $1 million. Doesn't matter if you start with 50 or 5 or 1 or 1,000 or 10,000. You're still going to be able to get $1 million out of this wallet.
Yeah.
So let's have a look here. This is total 56,425. And then if we choose the other hydration template, which is the alternating claim hydrate, which actually, since it's starting so small, you might want to, like, at first, you might want to just wait a few days between claiming and hydrating. It doesn't make that much of a difference. But it doesn't really make that much of a difference. But let's just say we're alternating, because this is a worst case in terms of gas fees. But let's have a look. If we do that, yeah, it's still way more drips. 57,930, almost 2,000 more drip if you alternate claiming and hydrating.
Yep, there you go.
That is going to pretty much be the case, even like regardless of what you start with or what your wallet size is. It's almost always more optimal to claim earlier and more often.
Sure. Now
it's not intuitive, and it's a much more workable, especially for what you're after is a regular income. If you look at this, alternating. So this is the alternating one, right? Yeah. Look at this distribution over time of what you're getting out. So especially if you look at like example monthly incomes at the end of each year. So this is lasting you for 5 years. It's giving you the same amount out, but it's kind of distributed kind of evenly, calmly over that whole period. It gives you more earlier because you don't have to wait. If we now change it to here, we change this to that, and then change it to this. And we'll look at the way it's distributed. Now, see how like there's nothing for the first year, and then it all comes in a big burst in year 2 and year 3. And so you've got to wait longer. You don't get any more out. You get less out total. And you've got to worry all at once about, like, every day for a few months what to do with 242 drip. So this actually puts more of a strain on the drip system as well, because if everyone is doing this, which unfortunately many people are doing this. So there's been a lot of conversations in Drip Rocket Science over the last few days of what happens when we get to the point where all of these people who've been hydrating for a year and a half reach the max payout. They have to claim. So the moment they claim, that's a tax. I mean, that pulls on the tax vaults. And if it's like all the people are doing that all at once, then there will be a big spike where new drip will have to be minted, where we could actually avoid that if people had been claiming and hydrating in a more gradual way over time.
Here's one here, Kelly, like Matthew Kendall. What do you guys think of a 5 days of hydrating and 2 days of claiming schedule? That's just from our comments here.
I mean, so you can put that in the calculator. Yeah. I think I have an option for that in my calculator. Where's there you are. I mean, yeah. It's not you just have to, you can put it in there and then look at, I think I have it here, don't I? 2 days. I have a bunch of different ones. Which ones do I have?
Don't think that one's the last one. The last one, number 9.
Oh, I think hydrate for 5 days. Oh yeah. Somebody asked me to do this. It might be the same guy. Let's have a look.
Have a look.
Let's see. Let's see how that goes here. Starting with 50 drip. Let it populate. So 57K, it's pretty good. Yeah. Calculator gives you a nice distribution also over time. Same amount, obviously.
Yeah.
So it's really, then it becomes about what are your goals? Like, how much do you want to be, how much do you need to be spending? When?
That's right.
It's like not just how much, but when. Because the when really also determines your plans for hydrating and claiming.
Absolutely.
So yeah. Should I stop sharing?
I have a question.
Yes.
Sure.
Yeah. So if there are a lot of people, a lot of members of the drip community who are, for example, like me, who are just starting out, so is there a point wherein is there a figure can you give a figure when we could start claiming and hydrating? Is there a best
No, you
figure?
should claim. You should start right at the beginning. I think that the
Oh,
most
okay.
optimal solution is to alternate claiming and hydrating from the very beginning. Whether or not you do it every
Oh,
day, maybe not. So, like, maybe if your drip value in your deposits is under, say, 10 or maybe even
Yeah.
50, you can
mm-hmm,
start by like claim and then wait for
mm-hmm,
a couple days, then
mm-hmm.
hydrate, then wait for a couple days, then claim and wait for a couple
Yeah.
days, then start picking it up a little bit when you get, say, over 50 drip, or and then when
Yeah.
you're over 100 drip, you really should be doing something every day. You
Mm-hmm.
could
Yeah.
even do more than once a day, but I don't, you would really need to be
Okay.
kind
Yeah.
of much
Yeah.
higher in drip value to get that much benefit
Right.
from multiple hydrations a day. And my calculators don't do that yet. So I have to make a whole new
Yeah.
calculator to get
So
more than
the way I see it, then going back to what I was saying earlier, when I had my first goal. So you first, what we should do is
Yeah.
really set your goal on how much you'd like to earn. Now, I
Yeah.
know my calculations. I mean, you have a rocket science, X rocket science here. I actually failed math. I graduated with intro math 11. That's what I graduated high school with. So it's the very minimal math you can graduate high school with. That's what I use. So you're talking about. So the way I see it is my brain calculates it as if I want to earn my $100 a day,
Yeah.
it's no longer $10,000. It's actually 20,000. If I will then claim,
Mm.
roll, claim, hydrate,
Same
claim,
role.
hydrate.
Yeah.
That's a lot of money.
Alternate.
Okay, don't get me wrong. So, but
Yeah.
your $20 a month, sticking in $20 a month or $10 a month, do whatever you can to get to that point. But that's
Hmm.
how the way I saw it. If I were to go back to my, when I first started and my goal was $100 a day, if I wanted to earn that, I'm actually claiming, $100 off a $20,000 portfolio, right?
Yeah.
Because 1% of $20,000 is $100, or right?
I do
Is
200.
that
Yeah.
correct? No, it's like yeah. So 200.
200.
So that's claiming one day, hydrating another day. So that works out to about $100 a day. That's basically how I
Oh,
calculate in my
nice.
head. I know Kelly might
Yeah.
cringe and
no, that's good.
but
And it doesn't need to
but
all be in one wallet either. That's
Yeah.
exactly. That's our
Yeah.
point
Yeah.
here
That's
now,
right.
which kind of Kelly helped open my eyes to understand that it does not have to be one wallet. So if you see that one wallet is small, now you're claiming $100 a day worth of multiple wallets. That's okay too, because now for the
Yeah.
long, you're planting many seeds, and those seeds are just getting bigger and bigger every other day. Because
and they can go longer. They'll go
correct,
longer.
bigger and longer eventually. Yep. So
Yep.
you're
Yeah,
setting a really
the
solid
key with the
foundation.
multiple wallets is it doesn't take longer to get to a certain point, but it
Mm.
goes longer after it gets
Yes.
to that point.
That's right.
Yes.
Exactly.
Correct.
It's no big secret. Like I've said this many times, and actually Eric corrects me every time when I say I started with $163, where I actually only started with $40.
No.
Right,
That was 40.
$40 is all I started with in the beginning,
2,000 pesos.
and
Yeah.
yeah, and then
Yeah. Amazing.
where I am now. I mentioned earlier, my brother-in-law's in hospital at the moment, and it was just like a sudden thing, and his hospital bill's $3,000. Now, thanks to Drip, I was able to do it.
That was
Mm-hmm.
nothing. Yeah.
And that was starting on $40.
Thanks, Susan.
That's
Wow.
less, not
You know?
even 1 year. Not
That's
even 1
Yeah.
year.
Not even 1 year.
Yeah.
7 months.
Yeah.
Yep. But that happened without even a second thought, right? Okay, it's there. Let's just do it. Because it doesn't bother me because I know I'm going to generate even more over time anyway, right? It's
Totally.
like it just keeps dripping. It doesn't
It won't stop.
stop. It doesn't stop.
And
You know,
Forex
well-
keeps working really hard to make the price
man.
go up. And it's gonna go. I mean, this
Yeah.
upcoming price increase, I don't know that if people are really ready for it.
Well,
I agree. It's going to
Yeah.
happen because there's a lot more. You're talking about what Forex is doing, and we're only at what 12,000 something users, right? It's such a small community
14,000.
still. Is it 14,000 now?
yeah, it's 14,000 now.
Even at that, it's such a tiny community of people
Yes.
actually in the game. So all you people watching and you people in Drip, yeah, be thankful and be grateful that you're in now because you're hella early, right? You're
Yep.
in real early. This thing hasn't even gone out.
Somebody
Right.
somebody
We're
commented.
just starting.
Yeah, we're just starting. Somebody commented, "This is good information that's appreciated. That was my thinking. I was hydrating every day and felt guilty to claim. Yeah,
Yep.
definitely don't feel guilty.
That's it.
Don't feel guilty.
I mean,
There you
claiming
go.
actually doesn't really, it doesn't cause, it causes very little strain on the system. Selling
Yep.
will cause a little bit of strain, but if there's lots of really robust activity, like right now, it's a great time to sell because first of all, the
Yeah.
price is just going to either be just solid, straight, like,
Right.
or it's going to go way up. So there's buy pressure to meet the sell pressure. And you
Yes.
want to be selling when there's buy pressure to meet the sell pressure. It's a little more painful if you're selling and it's $6.80, which I did, and which it was really painful.
Oh, yep.
But that was my plan, and I needed to do it because I needed to pay my bills. And
Yep.
but now I don't regret it at all. I don't regret because it all evens out. It's that concept of DCAing out. I'm gonna have now some drip to sell in a few weeks, and it's gonna be glorious.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. That's right. So
Absolutely.
when you're claiming again, sorry, first,
Yeah, it's okay.
Kelly, when you're claiming, are you holding the drip
Yeah.
in your wallet or
Yeah.
are you cash? Okay, so you are.
I mean,
So that's how you're.
so what I was, so I don't know if you kind of remember the profile, but I came in August right after the peak. So it wasn't at the very, very highest and right before a little second sub peak. So I came in when it was like 24, 25. It went up to about almost 30. And then it just went down and down and down and down and down. So when I was making my initial plan, I had a couple of weeks where my funds weren't being released. And I ran a bunch of scenarios, and I ran one scenario where the price went down. It didn't go down nearly as much as in reality it ended up going down. And so the reality was actually a worse case than what I had planned. And so I started to get a bit nervous when like the price went below 10 and then it went to 9, 8, 7, $6.80. And I was like, oh God, what's happening? This is beyond the edge case that I considered. But I just kept up with, and in that case, I was holding my drip because I thought, oh gosh, maybe it'll go back up. Maybe it'll go back up. And Forex was saying, okay, announcement is coming. But then, of course, he decided to write his own whole farm instead of just doing partnership. So it was taking extra time. And I was like really just crossing my fingers that he would like come through. And, of course he did. And now it's like, so I didn't sell as much as I had originally planned because the price kept going down so much.
Yeah.
But now I actually know that even if it does in the future, it'll just be a kind of a cycle, and something new will come out and help, like at least in the next year. And so my new plan, okay, I think this is going to be an extreme case. In a couple of weeks when the farm opens, I think there's going to be a big spike. Not financial advice. In drip price, not financial advice, but so I'm kind of holding a lot, waiting, hoping for that. And even in that case, I'm not going to sell it all at once because I don't want to dump the price or anything. I don't have like thousands of drip or anything, but I have enough that it would be literally my whole ROI, all at once. Nice. So I've already got half of my return on my investment already after 2.5 months, and paid all my bills this month with drip. So like I've met my goals, but like I don't want to miss this opportunity for the price. So there are exceptions where price does come into consideration, but for the most part, the every other day just selling as you go along, I think it takes all the stress out of it. It just takes all the stress out of it.
And I think something that we can say to like new people, because there's a lot of new people coming into drip and actually crypto space just in general. I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you've just got to get comfortable with the fact that you're going to have fluctuations, and don't stop. You're already in it. Just keep going. Don't stop, guys.
Just make a plan, stick to it. Don't worry too much about the price. And I say that knowing that I actually worried about the price a little bit, but in general, but what that taught me is that I didn't really need to worry.
You didn't know exactly.
Can there be a point where the price is too much for drip? It's like
No,
overheating. The ecosystem is overheating. That's why. Then
no,
we should lower
Oh
down
no.
no.
No,
Higher price will always be better.
it will always be better. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And the
Um,
more people that get involved, and going, being able to claim every other day or whatever strategy you choose, 5 and 2, it's at least, people talk about ROI. When can I get my investment back? And Kelly, you just pointed out right now, you may get your ROI at this point. And the
Yeah.
way I've done it, it's always good to track, like have a spreadsheet of your own, tracking how much the price was today, how much you claimed today, how much you rolled today, and seeing your
mm,
portfolio value. I always call it portfolio, right? Your total portfolio value with all your different accounts, just to track it from day one. It's always cool to do that. I mean, I'm
Mhm.
kind of like a nerd when it comes to just tracking numbers. I like doing that because that's is my passion. However, you'll
yeah.
notice that you're ROIing a little sooner than expected, and you're hitting
Yeah.
your goals a little sooner than expected, and you're seeing how things multiply. When it came down to 1% a day in the other program, and basically I was calculating, okay, if I hydrate every single day, right, within 70 days it's going to double, right? If I put in
Yeah.
$100, my amount will double in 70 days, right? And
Yep.
so basically 10 weeks, and I was focused on that. Now, but again, I'm not getting any ROI back. My money's still there. But by
Yeah.
doing this strategy, where actually you're able to enjoy and taste, the fruits coming from this plant, these
Yep.
plants that we're planting, it's amazing, and it's amazing how fast you're actually going to ROI a lot sooner than you expect. Yeah, I
Yep.
wouldn't, risk anything. Some people say, well, what if I just leave it there, let it, get that 1% a day, and then after 100 days, I'll just take it out. There's my ROI, then I'll start rolling. Right? You could do that too,
Yeah.
right? If that's your strategy. But I mean, yeah, it's a lot better, and you really want to get to the point where you could live off this, because that, I think
Yep.
that's
Yeah.
what we're really stressing here. How do we live
Yeah.
off it? Because
Mm-hmm.
drip has the best and honest depth. Oh yeah, heck yeah, forex.
Yeah, I
What
a
he's
Yes.
hundred
built right
percent. I
now,
100% deal
absolutely,
agree. Yeah,
absolutely,
Yep.
and he's built something where you can live off it. So now, how, from someone who's starting out with my $20 extra a month or $50 extra, how do I get to that point? And this is where
Yep.
we really want to stress to people, it's possible. So talk to people like you see on the screen, and your team leaders, and on how to get there, right, as soon as possible. I always say as soon as possible.
Yeah.
you know
as soon as possible isn't a goal, babe.
it is, it's not a
Yeah.
goal, but it's just a figure of speech. Yeah, just,
Mhm. Yeah,
Yeah.
I say whatever it takes, do whatever it takes
yeah,
to hit
yeah.
your goal,
Yeah.
right?
If for nothing but a bit of confidence, right? If for nothing else but a bit of confidence. But
Yeah,
I remember back, earlier in the year, Eric, you and I were just looking at, okay, this is our goal. And then you look at it and you go, geez, that's not supposed to happen until next month. But here it is already,
correct. How many
and it
times has
was
that happened this year? Oh,
crazy. Yeah, it
yep,
was absolutely crazy. It's like, wow, I'm
just
just
stick with
blowing my
it.
goals out of the water, and
Yeah.
just keep going. And yeah, I mean, yeah, I felt it too when the price went down a little bit, but luckily I'd already built myself to be in a position where it didn't affect me greatly.
Yeah,
I was
totally.
still able to do stuff with it. So,
Yeah. That's
yeah,
how I was too, because by then I was getting enough. There was enough drip coming in that it kind of made up for the price, almost. It
yeah,
was still painful,
well,
but
yeah,
it did actually help. You know,
yeah. Let's be honest, it hurt.
yeah, yeah. It did hurt. It did hurt for sure. For sure.
How about building a team? Is this most
That's a
recommended?
great strategy. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I,
Absolutely. For
I
the people, like, okay, for example, like here in the Philippines, and actually it's a good point that you brought that up, because I want to use today as well as kind of like a launching platform for Philippines, because we don't often talk about
Yes.
Philippines, right? And the reality is that, it's a low income country as opposed to compared
Yep.
to other countries out there. So what people are going to start with is usually a smaller amount, okay, because
Hmm.
when you compare pesos to dollars,
Yeah.
so a good way to go about that, if you've only got a minimal amount, build teams,
Build
underneath
teams.
you. I mean, that's a beautiful thing that's built into drip, where you get rewarded for bringing people on and sharing the
Yeah.
blessings with them, so
Hmm.
if you, I mean, hey, I've done it. I don't have a huge focus on building teams myself because I know my success isn't dependent on people above me or below me, right? But
Yeah.
it's a great way to help boost you if you don't have the
A lot of
the
capital.
big
Yeah.
budget to start with. Yeah.
Right.
So
And first,
yeah.
again, you getting into
Mhm.
drip. I mean, like I said earlier, this is something that's too good to not share, right? So you definitely
Yeah.
want to share this opportunity with
Absolutely.
people, and not everybody will get in. Of course, when you first look at a
Oh
program
yeah.
like drip, you think Ponzi scheme. Come on, let's be
Correct.
honest, right? That's a
Precisely.
term that everybody thinks about, and people will tell you that. However,
Yes.
again, as a developer myself, you have to understand the code and what it's doing and the tokenomics behind it, and
Yeah.
there's a lot going on. So once you
Hmm.
understand that, so really get in there and understand how it works on the back end, and you'll
Hmm.
understand that code is law, right? So it's just
Yeah.
code.
All this law. Yeah.
There's no really human interaction going on here. So that's producing this enormous ecosystem right now.
Hmm.
Hmm.
The more you understand it, the more real it becomes for you, the more confident you'll become, right? And yeah,
Yeah.
I use my dad as a guinea pig with our
Hmm.
mining earnings for Ethereum. I said, hey, you want to get into something like that? And he tried it, and he's thankful. So
Yeah.
helping other people is definitely a program where you could ultimately, I know, without being too cheesy, this is something that you could really change lives with, right? So
Yeah.
so building teams is definitely a good approach. I think you should, not for the sake of earning
Revenue.
more, which is
Yeah.
already
Earning
built
money.
into the system. It's
Yes.
just really helping, like
Yeah.
Yeah.
let, let them become more
Spread the
That
word.
successful than you, right?
that brings
I have
us.
an
So
answer for the question that's in the comments, but
Yeah. Good.
did you have anything? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. Did you have something to
No,
add,
no.
Brian?
I
but
think
Or-
we'll
It's a,
all have a little bit of a shot at that one. So, but we'll leave it to you
sure,
first, Kelly.
go ahead.
Yeah, I think so. I have 3 tips because you should always just have 3 things. My first tip for building a team is to understand the system well enough that it works for you. So have a
Hmm.
story that is inspiring to other people, like, oh, I want that. So that's the first tip, is to like be in it long enough that you actually see how it's working and also how it's not working,
Hmm.
and to get a little bit of a result, even if it's a tiny thing, like I've been in it for
Yes.
3 days, here was my experience, and people are like, oh, that's really interesting, I want to try that. So your
Yeah.
personal experience is really important. So that's my first
hmm
tip. The
okay.
I
second
spoke
tip,
with you 3 days in.
yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. Exactly. The
Yeah.
second tip is to go through the process of manually onboarding someone that quickly, like in early on, and when you still have fresh in your memory what it was like to do it yourself. So
Hmm.
like try and remember what it was like coming in at first, what questions you had, what were the things that were catching you up or like preventing you from getting somewhere, like where the steps you struggled with. So I was encouraged early on to write an article about
Hmm.
my
Hmm.
experience, which was really good because it caused me to articulate my whole process in a way that others could relate to because they were coming in it fresh as well. And that article, like, I never refer to it anymore, and I don't know if anybody
Yeah.
reads it, but my first article really helped me um, figure out how to um, kind of generalize the process of onboarding, because it was an article on how to join Drip. So even if you're not going to publish it, writing it down and writing down the whole process helps you help other people onboard. And the
Hmm.
third thing that I would say that I think is maybe the most controversial, but also for me the most important, is to forget about what it's doing for you and help people optimize for themselves.
Yes.
hmm
Because what will really, really help Drip grow is if everyone is winning. And Drip, unlike many,
Absolutely.
many other systems in the whole world of DeFi, Drip
hmm
is a system where everyone can win and where you don't have to
Yep.
trick people or scam them in any way, or even have them playing suboptimally for
Hmm.
everyone to win. So
Yep.
everyone will win if everyone is winning. And if you keep that in mind, I just got goosebumps. That means, yeah. That's the most exciting thing to me about Drip, and also the most disheartening when I see people in the main chat, for example, giving bad advice to other people just either because they don't have the time to give them the correct, because unfortunately, helping people optimize is really time consuming. And it's also very
It is.
individualized. It's not, there's not a one size fit all approach. So you have to understand it well enough to, in order to help people optimally, because it's really easy to make money off other people. It's easy to build a downline where you put these big wallets right under you and you're getting all of the referral bonuses. But honestly, when I started like thinking about them and saying, look, I will get more from you if you put your wallets right under me, but you'll get more if you put a one drip wallet in between your wallets and me. And then let them choose what they need. They need to maximize their system. I don't take it personally. That's great. That's fine. I don't need them in my downline in order for me to, my goals are met. I design my system so that my goals are met. I don't need to take advantage of other people. But what I've discovered also is that people are super generous. They're super generous. Like people, even though they are equipped fully with the knowledge that how to optimize their system for them, like more often than not, they put their wallets right under me, knowing that I'm benefiting from that. And I feel like it's actually the opposite of having to trick people. If you are absolutely 100% factual and transparent with them, that can often be much more of a like I have tried not to build a downline, and there's no way to control it. You know, my downline is more than 400 people, and there's no. I did not try to get a single one of them. I did not try to build a downline.
Directs, Kelly? 400
No, I have about. I think I have about 60 directs. Maybe. But like in the different system, I haven't even counted because honestly, my plan doesn't depend on it. But
that's right.
I feel like the way to help yourself in this situation and the way to build a downline is to truly, honestly help other people.
1000% agree.
With integrity.
Yep.
Yeah. Absolutely.
That's
that's what we do.
You summed it up.
You know?
Yeah, that's basically what we were all gonna say. If we're gonna each tackle this, because I like I always told Danny and I always talk, and I always say, I've learned early on, great leaders create great leaders. So if you're focused on creating a great leader, whoever you're sharing the opportunity with, and focus on them, specifically them, and creating their own strategies, making sure that they're successful. You're not even thinking about yourself.
Exactly.
That's true wealth, right?
If you don't educate them to be that way, they just become dead weight and they lose faith. Right. And that's the reality. And you've got to show them right from the beginning. Okay, this is what we're doing. This is, this is genuine. There's no pressure on you to come into this if you don't want to. And when you do come into it, you've got to know that, what the benefits are to you by coming into it. There's no point just like, okay, one drip and I'm just going to sit here and see what happens. I mean, that's not what it's about, and if someone does that, it's because they haven't been told or taught the right way,
Correct.
I have to add something that I'm super grateful to people like Brandon who are devoting so much energy on onboarding, like bringing people fresh in. Like, I think that's a really, really important role. It's not one that I had energy to do, and I'm really I have so much respect for that. So
that guy's a monster.
Absolutely.
I think that he's doing that because he believes, rightly so, that the more people we bring in, the stronger the drip community will be. And I think that that's also really, really important. So I'm not saying that you can't go into it with the intention of building a team, because I think that that's a legitimate strategy, and it's a really it's a really good one. I'm just saying that if you do it right, you don't even have to try, and it just builds itself because people want what you've got.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. I never intended to build teams. That's not my style for this type of program for DeFi.
Mm.
It's just myself.
Yeah.
Danny and I joke all the time.
Yeah.
I don't like people. I don't want to talk to people. So it's like you're just trying to build your own portfolio. So if you could do that yourself, what's there's no harm in sharing it with others. Hey, just check this out, Danny. How'd you get started? Right,
Yeah.
$50.
That's
Are you
man.
kidding me? Like
That was
just try it. Just try it. You'll understand, and then understand the system and master it yourself. And that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, we
Yeah.
have a problem on Twitch. Sorry, I just saw that thing. Yeah.
What
On
one
Twitch.
thing that I've learned
Yeah.
before in my experience in MLM programs
Yeah.
is that it's a numbers game. But as what you've said, Eric, you have to really choose and build the leaders. Even though it's a
Correct.
Yeah.
numbers game, but just continue spreading the good news, right, to as many
Yeah.
people as you can. Not all will join. Not all
No,
will
and
join.
you also want to be
Those
careful on if when you're talking personally. I agree. Yeah. Yeah. You don't
Yeah.
want to become like a evangelist and one of those guys that are trying to sell you and knock on your door. Hello, I'm here again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you don't want to be
Yeah.
one of those guys. But
No, that's
just
just
like
you
what you
plant the
said,
seed and then see what people will do with it, right? It's
it's
entirely up to them. But
duplicating.
that,
It's
yeah,
duplicating ourselves. It's duplicating
yeah,
yeah,
ourselves.
that's right. Um, and look, I'm probably going to get a lot of flack from people for saying this, but coming from MLM as well, Eric and I, we've both come from MLM as well,
Mm.
and there's something to be said about
You might want to say what
getting people
MLM is.
multi-level marketing.
Yeah.
Okay,
network marketing.
yeah, for
Yeah,
those that multi-level marketing or networking. There's something to be said about getting people in based on charity. Okay, this is
Mhm.
just my own personal experience. Again, this is not financial advice or whatever, but my personal experiences in it is, and I'm not knocking the people that are doing this. Okay, but as we said, we're talking about building team leaders, like teams of team leaders, and teaching them the right way. Sometimes, or a lot of times in my past experience, I've seen it with multi-level marketing where, hey, I'm going to give you this so you come on, right?
Oh,
I'm going
okay.
to pay
Yeah.
for your first starter kit. I'm going to pay for this, right? I'm going to pay
Mm-hmm.
for that.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
Mm-hmm.
that works to build your team initially, but whether how far down that extends from there, because this person is not actually vested in it themselves,
yeah,
most of the time they don't really do a lot with it. Okay, and I
Mm-hmm.
understand that onboarding people, building a bigger community, etc. But I think when you do that, you've got to then spend time with them and educate them and tell them exactly how it works and what the real benefits are, not just a matter of, okay, I'm going to give you this, you're in, okay, you're on my team, I've got my 10% from you, and that's fine, sink or swim. And that happens
Mm-hmm.
so much in the MLM world, and
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want to see it happening over here
well,
so
yeah.
much. Well,
Yeah.
I mean,
you get what
people.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I totally agree. I mean, people giving airdrops as a bonus, sign up bonus, and whatnot. I mean, it's a tool, right? Airdrops,
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I never really agreed with it when it first started coming out in these type of programs. However, I understand the potential, right? And the use of it. Now, buying business is definitely something you don't want to. Again, it's up to you. If it works for you, go ahead. However, it's not. Based on experience, it's not a long term strategy. You're definitely going to
Yeah.
make money. You're definitely going to get people in real quick. But how long will they be? How loyal will they be? How
Yeah.
much will they actually learn from it? Now, we
Mm-hmm.
used the
Yeah.
strategy before when drip was at like what 40s, 50s. One
Yeah.
one one buddy, one drip. So you tell your people that are in and understand the program, hey, you know what? As a team leader, if you're able to get another person and share the opportunity, for each person you'll get one drip, one buddy, one drip. You could do one buddy, 10
Mm-hmm.
drip now, right? With today's price.
Yeah.
It's up to you. But you could use airdrops as a tool to then
Yeah.
reward your
Yeah.
whoever's
Okay.
on your team. You could do that, especially when you're starting out. That may be
Yeah.
something to help people instead of waiting, hey, sugar daddy, where's my airdrop? Right? I want my airdrop. Or you told me you're gonna do airdrops, but you're not giving me any. Like
Well,
you see a
that's
lot of that, which is like, okay, well, if he's a sugar daddy, then what are you, kind of thing, right? So you don't want to get into that type of relationship. And if you do have that type of
Mm-hmm.
relationship, then you got to think, why are you in this game, right?
Yeah.
It is
Okay.
not about that,
and
right?
at the end of the day, it just takes up so much more time to try to support someone like that. It does, right? It's more of a headache and it's more of a stress. I mean, geez, I don't want to be hearing from people every day saying, "Oh, where's my airdrop?" Or and I never make promises right from day one. I never promise. I said that to you, Fibs. I don't promise you
Yeah.
anything, right? But I'm
Let's
gonna
focus
I'm
on
gonna
you.
educate you. Yeah,
Let's
right.
focus on you. Let's get you
Yeah.
to your goals.
Because
That's the
I don't
focus.
want,
Yeah.
you know, I don't want to instill that mentality in you, and then you're gonna you're gonna pass that on to your downlines
Pass
as
it
well.
on.
Where
Yes.
you
Yes.
know,
Yes.
whether it's positive or negative, what do they say? Excuse my language. Shit rolls downhill, but so do snowballs, right? And whatever your attitude is, if I don't help you build the right attitude and the right positive mental attitude or the right strategies from the beginning, well,
Mm-hmm.
if I do a bad job in that, it's just going to keep going down, and it'll
Cascade
be the
down.
same
Yeah.
Right.
everywhere. Yeah.
Right.
So
That's a good comment right here. Sean,
yeah,
one reason people use hydrate like crazy, then claim like crazy strategy is because they fear drip won't last long enough for patience. Any comments on
I
long-term
definitely have a
life of
comment
drip?
on that, but I'll
Go
let
ahead.
somebody else
okay,
go.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kelly.
Yeah, I actually think that fear. Well, I feel like you shouldn't ever do anything out of fear. First of all,
mm-hmm.
but but even if that were if that fear were driving your behavior, I think that actually argues for claiming earlier and often, not hydrating through obvious opportunities for selling. So, for example, the obvious opportunity we have to sell next month when the price is high, that is a near-term almost certainty versus a long-term unknown.
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
so that would argue, even like if you're scared that it's not going to last, then that would be an argument to claim even to
Claim
claim
more.
early and often,
Yeah.
not to wait. But then the second point that's really important along these lines is that by doing this, you are actually accelerating the possible demise of drip, because you are contributing to that big crunch that's going to happen when everybody that's been doing what you're doing is going to be
Mm-hmm.
forced to claim because
Right.
their wallets are hitting max payout all at the same time. So what's going to happen when that happens? If too many people have done this, even if like some like realistic fraction of the people who are already in drip do this, then more drip than exists right now will be claimed every day, and there will need to be new drip minted, which will
Mm-hmm.
put a negative price pressure on drip, and that means that there needs to be even more exponential growth to support that price in order for the price not to go down. So in fact, you're kind of, by doing this, you're possibly contributing to the problem and
Mm-hmm.
actually not helping. Really, you're not really optimizing the way that you think you are. You're not going to get out as much, first of all, total from that wallet by doing that. But then if the price even was steady, but there's a danger that the price is going to be much lower when you get to that point of having to pay out every day, having to claim every day and pay out every day, because the price may be negatively impacted.
Yeah, true.
Mm-hmm.
And I think like even if a lot of people are waiting for that time to reach max payout and then start claiming, I mean, you will see a lot of tokens being pulled from the tax wallet, right? The tax vault. However, at that point, it's going to be more expensive for them to come back in as well, right? When you do that, or when people do that, and the way forex kind of built this thing, it is made to last. So no matter what, whatever the price is at, it's still going to work. It's still going to spit out that 1% a day, right? And when your hydrate is 0.95. Now, whatever the price, the value of it, the tokens will be by that time, we don't know, right? And based on what Kelly's saying, yes, if there are a bunch of people waiting for that time, everybody's gonna not dump. You're not dumping it. You can't dump drip, but everybody's
Well,
gonna be claiming.
you have
You
to
know,
claim it, even if you don't sell it. You
yeah,
still have to
Yeah.
claim it.
yeah. You have no choice, right?
Mhm.
Yeah, you have no choice at that time.
Well, I mean, you do have a
So-
choice, but you could choose not to get
Well,
what, out
yeah,
what
you
you
could
want to
choose
get
not
out of your wallet.
to make
but
money. Yeah, that wouldn't
Yeah.
make sense. But yeah. It'll be really interesting
Yeah.
to see what next year is going to look like as well. Right? Really excited
yeah.
to see that.
Yeah, by
Yeah.
the time it gets there, I want to have definitely gotten my entire ROI plus a whole bunch of extra.
Course.
And
Yep.
and I will have done that because I had the flexibility because I've claimed in advance of this price.
Yeah.
Pricing.
And if you started
Yeah.
in April, you would have ROI'd. If you done it right, you would have
yeah.
ROI'd many
Yeah,
times
yeah,
over.
for sure.
Oh,
So,
Yeah, but I started in September, so
there
and
you go.
I put in $12,000, and
Wow.
I've gotten half of that back already.
Wow.
there you
beautiful.
go. In less than 2 months, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah,
Okay.
that's it.
Wow.
You've gotten that back, but you're still building as well.
Oh,
Right.
It won't stop.
That's the important factor
Yeah,
of that.
it's over $200 a day
There you
Yep.
go. Wow.
There you go.
after all the taxes.
There you go.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's the net
Right. Yep.
net income.
exactly. You know, that's crazy, isn't it?
That kind of goes to that first point I was making. Like, the smarter you can be in your own system, and you can say something like that. Like, that's no lie. That's actually my reality. Is that I'm
Yep.
fully self-sufficient after 2.5 months of being in drip, with
Yep.
a relatively small investment that I borrowed from a generous friend and don't have to pay
Yep.
back until next year. So
There
it's
you
like
go.
Yeah,
that's like,
and you'll do it
ultimate
easily.
leverage.
You'll do it easily.
Yeah.
And you know,
And you're not bragging. We're definitely not trying to brag or show off or anything. It's nothing. We're just trying to drill the point that it works. Like, hey guys, hey world, this thing works.
It does.
Everybody's
It
looking for the
does.
next moon coin and whatnot, like your
No,
Doge
No,
and SHIB
I
and
don't
all
need
that.
the price of drip to go up 1 cent. And
No, it
still-
doesn't. Correct.
Mhm. That's the beauty.
It
Absolutely.
doesn't need to go up.
I prefer if
it
it doesn't
is
go down to
literally a life changer.
$6.80, but yeah.
What was that? Was that Kelly?
I said I would prefer if it doesn't go back down to $6.80, but I think actually eventually it will, and I think
I
we
was
really need
waiting.
to plan for that.
I was waiting again because I was DCAing in and I was waiting till it hit that 250 mark, right? 250 was my next, and then $2 was my next. Oh man, I was waiting.
No, I
It
don't
didn't hit.
actually think it can go that low right now, but
No, I don't.
No, I don't think it can go that low anymore.
Not with the developments lined up.
Oh, no, yeah.
no, but I mean, I
What
literally, I
happened?
think the floor is higher than that. But I thought the
Yeah,
floor was at
I think
$10,
so.
and so when it broke through that, I was like, "Oh God,
7. It hit around
Yeah.
I
7.
didn't do this
Yeah.
math right."
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's okay. We hold steady. I mean,
Yeah.
you're in already anyway, right? You just
Yeah,
keep doing what
exactly.
you're doing,
Yeah,
right?
It basically just did a correction. I mean, when I got in, it was $7.70. Right, I didn't get in on pre-sale, but I got in on day one. And when I bought in at like 4:30 in the morning with toothpicks in my eyes, trying to stay awake, right? I was messaging Eric. I'm going, "Geez, it's not there yet, man." It's like I've been
No.
awake the whole night waiting for it. But we
I'm
got in at
happy when it's going
$7.70.
lower. Yeah.
Wow.
And then when it went back to 770 the other day, it was like, well, the other month, it was like, hey, that's okay because I already know where it can go. And it was just like going through the cycle again. We already know where it can go. It'll go back there.
Eric says in the
And-
comments that the floor is $20. I don't think that's true.
No, I don't think so.
But he also asks what will happen when drip reaches $100,
100.
and the
Oh,
answer
man.
is I will sell. That is the answer. No, I mean, actually, I think that's roughly where it's going to be in 2 weeks' time. So
yeah, it could very well be.
that's why
2
I'm
weeks time? Wow.
not financial advice, not a
Well,
prediction,
not
but
a
I
real
do
price
think
prediction.
I do think it's like when the bee farm launched, the price shot up to like $56. Like this is
$59.
$59. So this is
Yeah,
way
I
better than
sold
the
at
bee farm.
59.
I mean, this is
59.12.
wow, well done. So yeah,
Yeah.
so this is going to be like probably twice as good as that, at least. I could see, but there's also a lot more sell pressure. So I could see it easily going back to 60. Like that's a conservative estimate in my mind, and it's not that unlikely that it would go over 100. That is why I'm claiming on all of my wallets every day for all these weeks leading up to the farm is just to be ready for that.
Good call. Good call. And again, if you're living off it, you change it to USDT, you cash out or whatever. But yes, holding a bag of drip when you claim, holding a portion of that on the side, ready to go. I agree with
Mm-hmm.
Kelly's strategy there for sure,
Mm-hmm.
for sure. What's everybody waiting for? Oh, 1 to 2 years. What do you see the baseline of price? It's really hard. I mean, you're looking at it. How many users do we have? You said about 14,000.
14,000.
The
Yeah.
the supply is at 80. That's only with we're talking about drip faucet, right? How about
Yeah.
the farm? How about the NFT game coming on? The utility
Yeah.
of the drip token is just getting bigger and bigger and bigger. There's more
One
and more and more utility being built, and it's not going to
one year
stop.
is 1 year is very different from 2 years. I think somewhere in between that
Yes,
1 year
yeah.
mark and that 2 year mark is going to be this
Mm.
big crunch. I'm going to just call it the big crunch. It's going to
Sure.
be this moment where drip will really get tested by all the people who are reaching max payout.
Sure.
And I think that then it just will be a matter of whether or not the the focus visual partnerships have come through. If there's like any kind of a large scale adoption in that way, then
Yeah.
there will be no problem with the price. There
Yeah.
still will be drip that needs to be minted, but there won't be any price problems, and it'll be just solid.
For sure. Well,
Um,
here's my thing. Going back to what I said in the beginning as well. Matthew. What would the price be like? What I build my strategies on is what would it look like? What would my portfolio look like if the price was $1?
Yeah.
What are my goals then? What are my goals if the price is 10 cents? Right?
Yep.
How many tokens will I need? At $1, if I want my $100 a day, I will need 10,000 tokens. Now I'm looking at tokens, right? In
Yep.
order to maintain that $100 a day, right? Or $50 a day. If at a price of $1. Right? So
Yep.
I'm not worried about the price. I love it when the price goes down. We celebrate when the price goes down because that's when we get more, right? And that's where you DCA in. Also DCAing out. If the price goes down, that's fine, right? You're still gonna roll tomorrow. You're still gonna hydrate tomorrow, right? And then if once the price goes up, then you're claiming better amounts. It actually, the price doesn't even matter at that point if you build
That's
your
right.
strategy properly, right?
exactly.
So maybe it's just a mind, tweaking your mind, state of mind, and the focus on what your strategies are and how many tokens should you try to shoot for.
Well, it's like that other project. We won't go into the other project too much,
Sure,
but that
no,
other
same
project, man, well, look,
Same
I'm
thing.
still making money on that other project.
Exactly. That's what
Right?
I
I'm
meant by
still
code is
claiming on
law.
that.
Correct. It's not going to stop. It doesn't stop.
Yeah.
It does not stop. Right. Even though the price is an inflationary token and stuff, we're still claiming from that. Right.
Yeah,
We're
I
still
am.
earning from that. That was from
How
last
long has
year.
this? How long has this project been?
What, the other
This-
project?
Yes.
A
Yes.
drip?
Yeah.
Well, the other project I got in on December 9, and I think Eric was in November.
It launched
Last year.
in November last year.
Yeah.
Right. And that was built on another system based off
Yeah.
another
Yeah.
system. Right.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Oh, I didn't
And
realize that. I
which
thought that was the original.
No, there was
no,
another
no,
one
that's
before.
like I said, it's like third, fourth generation.
Oh, that's
Right?
why drip is so
It,
solid because he's
it
just
was
all
built
the
on
problems have
Flow,
been
which is
fixed and
built on
fixed.
Tron Chain, which is built on So
Yeah.
there's DeFi's been around,
Yeah.
not too long. We're only talking a few years, right? But
Mhm.
it's been exciting to see all these projects come in and go, and what the advantages are of this one and what the weaknesses are of this one. And right now, the best one is Faucet, right?
Yeah.
Because Forex just took the best of different programs and
Mhm.
applied his own twist to it. Yeah,
Mhm.
Yep.
so
And
you got
built it on his
again. It won't
previous
stop.
projects too. Yeah.
Correct. Just feeding, helping and supporting his other projects.
I got really
Absolutely.
lucky that drip was my first project, but since drip,
Yo, you are lucky.
I've been getting involved in a lot of other projects, and I've been involved in one that completely melted down, and then I'm in another one that is currently melting down, and I'm friends with somebody from drip who was in a third one that melted down. I've
course.
seen like all the different ways that they tend to melt down,
Yeah.
and then like also having now, because now I'm kind of in these circles, like being able to get in on things that are just launching and seeing what it's like in the launch phase. But all of it, what is
Yep.
it shown? I'm in like 6 or 7 projects now, and drip is by far
Beautiful.
the best. Like,
Yes,
Yeah.
for sure.
at
You're
first
lucky.
wow, drip is amazing, and now I'm like, wow, drip is amazing.
Yeah, you're lucky,
It is.
Kelly.
It's
Yeah,
so
it's
rock
a good
solid.
start. Welcome. It's a good start. I mean,
Yeah.
Danny and I talk. You make $10,000 in one day, you lose $6,000 in one day. That's just the life of DeFi, right? That's just the way it is, and it's fun. You get rug pulled here, rug pulled there.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of really being smart with your strategies as well, and just So that's good. You're really lucky. This is the first one.
So like,
And we got
are you
Folly in
kidding?
the house.
No, my
Hey.
man.
Hello,
Hey,
my people.
Polly baby.
Hello.
No, hi guys. How you guys doing?
Good.
Good.
This is my
Fantastic.
second
How you
time
doing?
talking to you today.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna show my face now.
Hey. I'm not going to show my face.
Oh, come on, Kelly.
I didn't
There you
have
go.
any advance notice.
Ah, see now
That's okay.
Folly showed his face. I gotta turn mine off now. I can't compete with
Look
Folly.
at that smile.
Oh,
That
it's so good
smile.
to see you,
How you
Polly.
guys doing?
I never got to see your face before.
For
Oh,
real?
there you go.
Oh, I only heard your voice.
What's going
Yeah.
on, man?
Nice to see everybody here. I mean, I'm happy to be here. Let me look for a better seat to sit down. This is my bedroom.
Okay.
Let me go to my shrine, my crypto shrine. I'll be back.
There you go. There you go.
Good stuff.
You gotta be like Richard Hart and have his king kind of what do you call that,
The
throne?
founder of Hex.
The throne in the back.
Hex is where Hex was a great project. It is a good. Okay, here's a good example. A lot of guys love hate the developers. Really, code is law. You got to understand that, right? I made a bunch of money in Hex, and I arbitraged that thing, right? In 20 minutes, I'm talking about making 10 grand in one day. That was it. In 20 minutes, I got it from the auction, and I sold it on Uniswap within 20 minutes, 10 grand right there. And you're
Holy
lucky,
cow, Eric.
oh yeah. That was like, I was waking my wife. I was like, "Are you kidding me? Is this real?" Like, I was looking at my wallet. I was like, "Really?"
Wow.
That was, for that amount of money in a short period of time, 20-minute time, I was like, "Wow, this is possible." This was like 2019 or what? Yeah, 2019, 2020, and then I accumulated like millions and tens of millions of Hex, and I was waiting for that big payday for Hex. And something happened, and of course, they're saying, "Oh, the developer wallet and Richard Hart just ate up all the price just went down." And I got pissed and I got emotional. When you should not get emotional in these things, right? I sold a bunch of Hex. This was at 0.00 whatever cent. Oh man, yeah, Kelly. I had tens of millions. I'm not saying exactly how much, tens of millions of Hex. I sold it and it hit 30 cents. I was like, "Are you kidding me?" It's all good.
Oh god.
That's why I'm here. I'm smiling, but I'm crying like as I'm saying.
Yeah.
No, that's the name of the game. It's all good.
Ferds made a big loss as well back in 2017. Yeah, Ferds.
Yeah.
You made a big loss as well. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, what happened?
And it's only now that he's coming back into it.
Yeah, thank God. Thank God for drip. We can slowly crawl back in.
There you go.
Yeah.
Build our nest egg.
Foley, are you gonna dance for us?
You're on mute. You're on mute.
You're on mute, brother.
Oh, did you say that?
Oh yeah, I want you to dance.
Actually, I'm gonna send you one of my dance videos. I just did one earlier today. I was just in the mood. I'm gonna.
Yay!
Oh god.
I have so much love in my heart for this man.
Oh yeah. Foley needs no introduction. I don't need to introduce him. Everyone knows who he is. He's that champion. Yeah, you're a champ, man. Come on.
He's like, "Please stop! Don't stop! Don't stop! Don't stop!"
I remember my first interaction with Foley. It was like, "Dude, where the hell did you come from?" All of a sudden you've appeared. Where'd you come from? And we've been good mates since then. So yeah, that's awesome, man. So Foley, bro, give us your insights in our topic today.
Oh, taking profits, yeah?
Hey, taking profits, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I know a lot of people get emotional with this topic, but we shouldn't be, because why are we even doing this in the first place? Is
That's
to we're in an investment. Oh, am I echoing?
A
Little.
little bit, but
Have you got YouTube in the running as well?
No, I don't think so. Let me see.
or maybe it's a speaker feedback.
Could be a speaker. Or you just turn off echo. Turn on echo cancellation or something maybe.
Okay, is it better now?
Yeah, it's fine. Oh, look, there's Kelly.
Oh, there's
There's
Kelly. See,
Kelly.
now that Foley showed his face, Kelly has to show hers.
I got off my ass and turned on a light. That was really
There you
weird.
go. There you
Oh,
go.
there you go.
Hello, Kelly. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good.
Yeah. So as I was saying, I mean, it's an investment, and it's going to be very hypocritical to think taking profit is a sin, or it's bad, or it's criminal. No, it's not. It's just a way to really make sure you are comfortable in the project you've gotten into eventually. Because apart from building a team and growing a community, what you really want to do is to make sure you feel like, okay, now that I've actually taken, I mean, everybody has got a way where how they got their money. Some people had to take loans, some people had to talk to a friend, some people have to empty their accounts to get into drip. And they must find a way to pay back this money, you know. Some people actually put in 90% of their net worth into drip. So they must find a way to pay back, and taking profit is one way to do that, or maybe the only way. So I would never crucify anybody for selling, but one thing is sure, and that's the point that when you take profit to an extent, it's going to be counterproductive when you don't stop at a certain time, because there's something they call overly taking profits. Because at that point, you're going to be shooting yourself in the leg. But when you take profits respectfully, and then you start to grow your bag again at the right time. So there's taking profit at the right time and taking enough just to grow your bag again. So that's the intricacies in this little topic of taking profit. Taking profit in itself, it's not bad, but knowing how to do it and to the extent to which you want to do it, so that you start growing your bag again, it's very, very important. I will give myself as an example. Like when I got into drip, I put in 65 BNB, and at that point, are you telling me not to take profits? No way. Are you crazy?
Yeah.
So I mean, I took profit in the first 3 days because the price went from 3.5 at pre-sale to 9.9.
Yeah, that's right.
So that of my bag, and I became so comfortable to build the team I have today. That's what I was trying to say when I said the moment I realized I've taken out all my funds that I put in, then time to build the community, time to build a team around and get a lot of people involved too. And I can tell you today for sure that that was when I took profit. And then after that 3 days after launch, I didn't take profit till July again, when the price started to skyrocket. So when price went from 9.9 back to 2, I doubled my bag in that space, because now I've taken enough profits as that's my capital and a little profit. Then it's now time to double my bag again. If I continue taking profits from April to July, even till now, I would have almost maxed out my wallet. Because I mean, I might be in maybe negative 4,000 drip, if that's all I've been doing. So I mean, when price went down again. So the summary is take profit and know the right time to do it. Do it when the price is high, and then get back in again when the price is low. At a point when the price went to 6.8, I doubled my bag again. So that's now like, I don't want to call numbers. I doubled my bag when it went down to 2 from 9. And everything I had when it was 6.8, I doubled it again. That's how crazy it was. So it's an aggressive getting back in. and taking profits respectfully. That's what I've been doing over time. And it's never the case where I will have to say, okay, I was responsible for this or that. No. People that we've brought into Drip through team build just goes a long way to show that some of us, even though we've taken profit, we've added a lot of TVL to the community. And that's what matters. Yeah, I mean, I'm all for taking profits. Take profits and do it.
Me too.
Yeah, I've been thinking that just recently, conversation in the Drip Rocket Science chat made me think actually that there's room for an article about how to drip responsibly. Like, what are good, responsible drip practices?
Oh, yeah.
What does it mean to do what Foley just said about like taking profits responsibly? There's all sorts of other aspects to dripping responsibly that you can actually keep in mind while you're optimizing how you're doing your drip. So I think that's a really good point, Foley, and it just reminded me that it'd probably be great to write such an article. We could even write one collectively. That would be pretty cool, because I'm sure we'd all have ways of inputting, like, what are some practices, like best practices to help drip while you're helping yourself.
For sure.
Yeah, we should do. Let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, it's on record. We're on record.
What an awesome title too.
Awesome.
Drip responsibly. For all the addicts.
One thing for beginners like me that I've learned as a very valuable lesson today is what you said, Kelly, that you really have to take the claim regularly. Otherwise, you will hurt the ecosystem. And we're all in this together. We have to support the ecosystem together. So
you don't necessarily hurt the ecosystem, but the problem is that when everybody's doing that, then there will be a crunch at a certain time.
Yeah.
And that will be a big challenge for the ecosystem. I don't think anyone needs to feel guilty if that's what they're doing. It's not necessarily bad intrinsically. It's just not optimal, and it's not optimal for them as individuals or for the whole. And I think the more we can divorce, like, you know how people call people who are holding diamond hands and people who are selling paper hands, and there's all these like derogatory, like Mr. Hobbs calls people cabbage hands, and like there's just all of this really, like, I'm gonna say disgusting name calling around these behaviors. It's just not appropriate at all. And, I would love to see that culture changed, and for people to just kind of divorce themselves from judgment around these things and just talk about what's optimal and what's not optimal in a much more detached way. It also helps with the emotions, like you were saying, Eric. Like, it does help to think, well, okay, that behavior is suboptimal. It's a much different vibe than like, that's bad or that's good, or I just think it's just much more useful to think about optimization and all the different levels of optimization. There's the individual's optimization, there's the team's optimization, and then there's the whole collective optimization. And then literally, I think also it's really important to think about optimization of the world, which is really hard to do. Like, how does crypto fit in the whole general scheme of the future of economics? I think about that a lot. And I think it's really important to think about optimization at all these levels and not to lose sight of one over the other. Yeah.
Well,
that's true.
That's true. Kelly. That's true.
Was that?
That was really deep. Yeah, no, you're getting deep.
Well, I'm a philosopher. What can I say?
Yeah. But it's so true. Yeah.
And really, again, I'll be more scared with people that hydrate in the past 200 days, even though they are whales.
Yeah.
I'll be more scared for those ones, or about those ones, and I'll be happier if you are taking profit as a whale right now, because
yeah, true. Because the buy pressure is going to support that.
Oh yes, because when this guy that has got maybe 5 different wallets with 10K each, 10,000 drip each, and has been compounding and wants to take it out at a certain time. Okay, no comments.
Hey,
It's gonna be
Mr.
bad.
Function.
Are the
Mr.
Is that
tokens-
Function.
Is that Dawn Function?
Yo,
That's
Don.
Dawn
What's going on?
Function.
Hey,
Hey,
Mr. Function.
G'day, bro.
Gangster Finance?
up?
Is it Gangster
Hey,
Finance?
Gangster
Mr.
Finance.
Function?
Yeah,
Yep.
Gangster Finance in the house.
In the
Hey,
house.
message me if you want to join us, bro. So just message me if you want to join us.
Function, my
There you go.
man. How's it going, buddy?
He's
Are
doing
the
big things right
tokens
now.
that are the tokens that are claimed being burned and taken out of the system, or
No,
is
No.
for claims? No.
Yes, for claim.
No, actually,
Oh,
no
okay.
tokens are being burned in the drip system, really.
Oh, okay.
They're taken out of circulation when you deposit them,
Circulation.
but then when you claim them, actually, what's in the available, what shows up in your available is actually just a number. It doesn't actually have any
Mhm.
bearing on anything. But when you
Mhm.
claim it, that's when it's actually becomes it's essentially like
It's
pulled
minted.
out of the tax vault and put
Oh,
into
yeah.
your wallet. And
Mm.
that then is a drain on the tax vault. But that doesn't happen until you
Mhm.
claim. If you hydrate, nothing, there's no such
Mhm.
pull. But if you take that and immediately like airdrop it to another wallet where it goes back into the deposits, then it just goes back into the tax. It's okay.
The tax vault. Yeah.
It's a suboptimal situation for you, but it's definitely doesn't like it takes away that pressure that you've just created. If everyone did
Mhm.
that during the big crunch, then the big crunch wouldn't be as much of a crunch because it would just be very temporary
Just a
moment,
moving over. Yep.
moving out, moving back in. But if everyone was claiming, and then with those claims that they're trying to sell or move it out of their wallets, then that'll be a crunch. There he is.
We
there
have
you
Mr.
go.
Function in the
There's
house.
Mr. Function.
Hi everybody. Hey
What's going
Danny.
on?
Hey
brother?
Lucky. Hi there, Kelly. How are you?
Hiya.
Good.
Hey BG
How you
and hey Folly.
Hi
Hey,
there.
good to see you guys. Good to see everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah, good to see you too, buddy. No, actually,
Well, good to see my DP anyway. You know,
I never
it's
talked to you. I've only ever seen you on H&W video chats. I've never actually talked to you.
HNW. Oh, maybe. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, that's a rare occurrence. So yeah, I guess you've been lucky. I'm very busy. Yeah. So what are we all talking
Yeah.
about today, guys?
Taking
We're
profits,
talking about
brother.
taking profits.
Taking profits?
Taking
Absolutely
your profit.
okay. If you buy the tokens, you should be able to bloody well sell them. Screw the judgment. Seriously. Who is anyone else to pick at you for selling tokens that you've paid your own money for? Seriously, that's bullshit.
There you go.
Absolutely.
Summarized nicely by Mr. Function.
Sorry?
That's it.
I said summarized
well-
nicely by Mr. Function.
Well put. Well put.
Summarized with 3 beers by Mr. Function.
There you go. Cheers, bro.
Yeah, sorry I didn't get back to you yesterday, bro. You know how it is. What's
Hey,
happening
man,
in my
look,
world
family
at the moment,
first.
so-
Look, crypto always waits. Family first. You know that, right? That's all good.
Absolutely,
I
man.
hope your family is all good.
Oh yeah, no, they're all right. Well, no, they're still going through some stuff at the hospital, but you know, again, big thank you to Drip for me to be able to cover his medical bills, man. That's like $3,000, you know,
Oh.
and $3,000 in the
Wow.
Philippines is a huge amount of money, you know, and that's just their estimate. That's not the final bill yet. you
Wow.
know. But to be able to cover it with Drip, man, that's beautiful. You know,
That is. That's wonderful. Yeah.
You know, so it definitely
I'm
is a
in the
life
US where
changer.
$300 wouldn't even cover the ambulance ride.
Well,
Yeah, no
there you
kidding.
go. Yeah. But you know, like $3,000 over here, 150,000 pesos. I mean, how long would that feed someone, a family over here? Like
Yeah.
you could pretty much feed a family for a year, you know?
Pretty much.
So, and then just, to be able to do that. And, you know, I'm going to say this. He was actually told on Monday that he had to have an operation, but he was shy to ask me for help. So he waited until he was already going yellow and had to go into hospital. Right.
The heck?
So, yeah, I mean, I've had a good chat with them last night and said, look, if that ever happens again, please let me know. Don't hesitate. You know, don't hesitate.
An emergency,
I mean,
man.
it's an emergency, but that's life over here. You know, I mean, you do have people over here that are always got their hand out, right? But then you have others that are just, you know, just they won't ask you. They'll just
Pride,
grin and
pride.
bear it for a while, you know.
Yeah.
And yeah, but in a situation like this, look, at the end of the day, it's a freaking emergency. I mean, look, he's got a gallstone that was 2 cm, and because he didn't action it, it's gone down and actually blocked a bile duct instead of actioning
Oh
it
God,
straight
that's
away.
painful.
Yeah. So he was holding
Oh.
off on the pain and just bearing it. And I'm like, hang on, didn't you tell me it was last week that you were suffering pain already? And then it ended up my mother-in-law came over here in tears saying, look, he's already turning yellow. What do we do? I said, well, what are you waiting for? Just put him in the bloody hospital.
Yeah.
You know, we'll cover it. We'll sort it out. So again, thanks Drip. Thanks Forex. Right.
Yeah.
For making it a real life changer. And that's a real life account, right? That's a real life account. This is not just, you know, bullshit that people are talking about. This really helps. And if I hadn't been taking profits along the way, well, I probably wouldn't have been able to help,
Correct.
you know.
At the right
So
time.
that's
Correct.
it's
See, that's
really
the thing.
relative.
That's the kind of purpose of all of these DApps anyway. That's what they claim to be, is the thing that's going to help people progress in life, that's going to help people carry their wealth and build it and grow it forward and everything. All this sort of, you know, they say it and they try to talk the talk, but, you know, when it comes to it, they throw these words around that make people feel bad for taking profits. You know, that's not the
Yeah.
way. So, yeah, man, like,
Mm.
that's what DApps
Yeah.
should be about, is actually helping people. So,
Yeah.
you know, more power to any DApp that does that, any platform
Yeah.
that does that.
AKA
Absolutely.
Gangster Finance.
Gangster Finance. Yeah, I'm going to give you a big plug,
Oh,
man.
well,
Gangster
you guys
Finance,
are
bro.
sweet. You guys are
No,
sweet.
and I know we intended to touch on other DeFi projects, and I know we're going on. You know, we could do another live one. Again, Drip is great. It's not the only one, and there's so many out there. You just got to be really careful. We're talking about rug pull here, rug pull there, right? I think last year was a year of rug pulls. Well, this year too. However, by getting into Drip and the community, whoever's watching, start to meet these people, the people that are on the screen right now, because these are the people with the brains. These are the people who know other people and developers, just like, you know, Don Function here, who's creating another separate program where you could also, well, you should also diversify into. Not financial advice. I'm just saying, you understand. You meet the people, you get to know their integrity. It really
Yeah.
comes down to the integrity of the developer, and that's
right.
what everybody's after. Everybody's tired
Yeah.
of rug pulls, right? So who do
Yeah.
we know? What project is out there? What's the next big thing? It's not just about the next big thing. What's the next solid thing, right? Who's built some really solid code and you know, a DApp that is able to help me make more money, right? I could put more savings, earnings that I'm from Drip, diversify it into something else. You definitely want to do that, right?
Hey,
Roller
look, we
for
got
life.
Roller for life
G'day,
here,
big shout out to you,
Hey,
brother.
Roller.
Gains ain't gains till you
Roller,
spend
what's
them,
up?
baby.
Hey.
Damn right.
Absolutely.
You don't go broke by claiming.
So
Yeah.
shout out to Roller
That's
for
right.
Life, because he's actually one of my OGs from Gangster Finance as well. He's actually
Yep.
one of the top heads who helps me to run the show, and you know, particularly leading the marketing and organization efforts, consulting where it counts, and yeah, no, huge shout out to him and his community, the Alpha Real OG Rollers too. So
Yeah. Hey,
What-
Roller,
what-
I know you're listening, man. Just send me
Yeah.
a DM if you want to jump on as well, man. Send me a
It's a
DM
party.
yeah, why
All the
not?
cool
You
kids
know,
are in town.
and you know, the thirds, you're lucky today. You're on this stream,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
you've got all these people here, man, are amazing people. And when you talk about like integrity, Mr. Function, bro, big shout out to you, man, because dude, I know you personally
Let's
now,
do this.
and I know the person you are, and you know any other projects that you do, or we do, or whatever. I'm
Yeah.
definitely on it.
I've actually known Function for 2 years or more, and
There
he's
you
done
go.
well. Yeah, he's done well with all of these projects, and yeah, I mean, like you said, he can be trusted. I mean, he's made a lot of people money, and also made sure he decentralizes the ownership by having Roller for Life on his team, because then again, as a developer, you don't want to be the only person in charge of your project. You need a team around you, because I don't want to call it, but yeah, sometimes there are some bugs that cannot be seen until you let someone else test your code. And it is at the testnet stage that's where people discover these bugs and errors. Because again, someone like me, I write an article and I look over it 50 times and I can't even detect the error I've made. The moment I give it to someone else, in 15 minutes, it's going to show me 5 lines that are wrong. I'm like, what the hell? Because you can get familiar with your own work. Okay, but if you give it to someone else, and then it would be able immediately be able to spot the errors and spot some of your typos immediately. So that's why it's good to always have a team surrounding your code, and how much more what you guys can do knows no bound, is limitless.
Yep. Man.
Cheers, guys. Yeah.
Mr. Function, and he's a great drinking buddy too.
Well, I can certainly keep up, you know.
That's all that matters.
And cheat in the process, right?
Yeah, rightio.
Yeah, no, they watch me sitting there drinking like the Alak-Azul in the background there.
Oh my goodness!
And I'm drinking it as straight shots, and Don's keeping up with me, but he's watering his down with Coke, right?
Oh, piss off!
Hola. And then he admits
I'll
the
have
next
you
day
know,
that he cheated.
I only buy the top shelf whiskey, man. Come on.
Yeah, I know. I've watched you walk to the bottle-o, brother. I know.
Yeah, that's the thing, isn't it? I put you guys on my phone and like walk up to the bottle-o and like, all right, guys, come on, we're going for a walk now.
But you know, again, it's so nice. Like when I was speaking with Don, and actually, practically every week, at least 2 or 3 times a week, we chat and stuff, and to see him sitting out there and watching the cars go by and go, man, look at their world and look at ours. We don't have to be in that rat race. We don't have to like get up and go to work every day and whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, we've come from there, yes, but it's so nice to be able to just sit back and look at the rest of the world and go, man, you're missing out. You really should be sitting here in the same spot that I'm in. You know,
and there's infinite opportunities for people to join into that too. It's not like it's not like there's ever an exclusive chance or time for people to get in. There's no circles or cliques. You know, maybe there's the little groups that you got to know what's going on or the inside jokes or whatever. But on the whole, crypto is never exclusive. You can always jump in. You just got to buy some Bitcoin. And the beauty of it is that the financial system that we are all used to, the currency system, deals with 2 decimal places. But you know what? We got this magical thing where the crypto system gives us up to 18 decimal places to work with. So you can buy a fraction of a fraction of a fraction of a bee's dick of Bitcoin. And it's still something, because it will still grow in the grand scheme of things. It's still the future of the way that money's going. So,
absolutely.
There's plenty of inclusive events and opportunities to get in. It's just a matter of when people choose to.
Function.
And it just keeps getting better and better.
Function.
Yes.
You're letting DJ Protocol rub off on you, bro.
Oh man. It's all right. It's okay. Oh yeah.
What do you mean?
It's okay.
I've always been a potty mouth Australian.
Oh, true. True.
No, it's all good, bro. It's all good. No worries about that. Look, I mean, being an Aussie, if you hear my mother speak, my mother's like 4 foot something, and when she gets pissed off, oh man, what comes out of her mouth? Oh
dear.
So yeah, we grew up around it, we grew up around it, so that's just the way it is.
Oh dear.
But hey, absolutely amazing topic today. I thought this would be a good one. There'll be some controversy about it. There's people that are going to disagree, and
it doesn't
it's so
seem like
nice having
anyone
all
on
you
this
guys.
call though disagreed.
I don't think so. No.
Comments?
I think
I feel like
No.
I don't
Go on,
think
Kelly.
anyone made the argument that it's not okay to take profits. I think we've generally agreed on that.
But again, the main reason I wanted to bring this up this time is because I've seen it a lot lately. I've seen it on the chats lately, people saying stuff like that. And I thought, no, this is a good time. I've got to bring this up because, I don't want newbies coming in and seeing all of that and then going, oh, that's the way I've got to do it. Or I'm bad. I feel guilty if I'm going to start taking money.
And that's the last thing you want people to do. You should never feel guilty for taking what is rightfully yours. You've paid your money for your tokens. They've grown in appreciation for the fact that you left your money in that project. Essentially, you left your money in that project market cap, okay, and it grew in appreciation of the fact that the project did well. You've shown your support, and therefore you should be rewarded for that. So what not a better reward than to be able to take your profits unashamedly and unjudgedly?
Yep.
And that's what
I'm sorry. That is such an English word, isn't it, Kelly?
It's such a good word. Unjudgedly.
And that's what we're seeing with projects these days. They should always embed reinforcement of positive actions and positive behaviors, because people should feel bad for taking profit by themselves because maybe they took too much and maybe a coin or a token you bought did a 2x or 3x and you took your money off the table and it went ahead to do an extra 30x. So developers should make sure they reinforce positive behaviors and embed that into their tokenomics concept and mechanics by which their project works. Because what eventually happens is people should not feel bad because you made them feel bad about taking profits. They should feel bad because they took it irresponsibly. Because there's always a strategy around a project where you take profit, but you always leave a moon bag. That's what they call it. Other people call it a side bag. Other people call it taking profits along the way. If it does a 3x, I sell 25% of my holdings. Not for drip though. I'm just talking about projects generally. If it does another 8x or 10x, I take another profit. And if it does another 50x, I take another 10%. Then I leave the moon back there to do whatever it wants to do over time. And that's how to play some of these games. But projects differ too, because some projects, you are not even allowed to take a single profit until the product comes out, because that's where the first considerable profit is going to be coming in. So I can name projects, but I don't want to do that on the live stream. But the point is, different strategies for different coins and the way they've been set up. And that's where drip also comes in, where drip is such that Forex has built so much around it that those that took profit when it was $2 are shitting themselves right now. They're going, what did I do to myself? And that's because let me make my points clearer. Not everybody that was in the DAO group that got into the pre-sale has made considerable profit from drip right now, because they sold at the bottom.
Yeah.
You understand what I mean? And that is now them feeling bad because they were not patient enough to understand that Forex's personality will never let his project die. Look at Rip. Rip has been 2 years, 2+ years, and it's still almost getting to all-time high recently. So, I mean, you look at the personality of those behind the project, look at the concept and mechanics of the project, and then decide how you want to take profits. That's another thing that I would like to talk about.
Yeah.
So if drip goes to, for example, $100 per drip.
Yep.
And then, of course, there are still a lot of people coming in, right? So they bought at $100 per drip. And then suddenly it goes down to 20. Now, if you've been regularly claiming at $100, when it goes down to 20, would it still be wise to still maintain the regular claiming of the drip?
Sure.
Don't stop.
Of course.
Don't stop.
Don't stop. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Keep doing what you're doing, man. Don't stop. I mean, we've had that. We've already had that happen numerous times
Yeah,
already.
that happened to
You
me.
know, yeah,
I came in at 30 and it got down to 6.
yeah. I had one of my team members come in at $57,
Oh my
and they're
God.
still okay. No, but they're still okay because we're
Yeah,
compounding, right? So they're
exactly.
still okay. You just keep going. You know,
Doesn't stop.
$57. He put in like $5,000 or something at the time at $57. You know, but still he's okay.
And the
You know,
mass is
I
very
had
busy. Oh, go ahead. Sorry,
well,
go ahead.
even on that other project that we don't mention a lot of, but that other project before, look, I had someone come in at $1.90, $15,000 at $1.90, and he's still breaking even now, even though that has now dropped down to like 10 cents or whatever it is.
11,
One-
12 cents.
Yeah.
1.2 cents, actually.
Well, you know what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
1.2 cents. That's
Yeah.
correct.
1.2. But still, you know, because of how he's been using it, and it's still there, man. It's not disappearing. It's still,
And that's
you know,
because once your compounding takes you to 30x and price drops 15x, you're still making 2x eventually.
yeah,
In
that's
hindsight.
right.
So
Exactly
it's
right.
a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
Yep.
No brainer.
Absolutely. So there you go. It's all exciting.
So exciting.
It is. It's
Exciting
just
time.
positive. So
Live
that
on
answers your
exciting
question,
times.
Ferds.
Yeah. Thank you.
You know.
Thank you.
Even if you don't have this strategy of compound one day, claim the next, compound one day, claim the next. If you are concerned about your ROI, and let's say you have, for example, like that team member that bought in at $57, okay, $57, and it dropped down to whatever the next day. All right, even if it dropped 50% the next day.
The next day.
Technically, if you just want to compound within 70 days, you've doubled your amount of coins anyway, and you're back to square one. If that's what
Yeah.
if that's what your play is, if that's what you're concerned about, then that's okay. But again, once you're in there, just keep going. Just don't stop. You know, we're in it now.
You know, the most beautiful thing about Drip compared to all of the other projects that I've since been involved with and know about is
Yeah.
that you can literally calculate. There's one unknown, and that is the price of Drip.
Yeah.
Everything else you can calculate.
Everything.
Solid
Yep.
1% return. You know what the rewards do. You know, you may not know what the team is going to happen underneath you, but let's just say you assume no team underneath you. You can
Yep.
literally play out any situation and know exactly what the consequence would be. And the only
Yep.
uncertainty is price. So you have one variable to change to run different scenarios. Everything else is completely calculable. This isn't true
Yep.
really for any other system. The staking systems depend on who else is staking. It's a bit more like Reservoir, which is kind of uncertain because it depends on
Yep.
what happens that day. It depends on, how long people
Yep.
stake and whose stakes are coming due, and there's all sorts of these big unknowns that affect your return. But Drip is so predictable and so solid. That,
Kelly,
Absolutely solid.
yes,
Yeah.
can I ask you a question?
of course.
Well, that was the question, but I'm going to ask you another one.
Yeah. You can ask me a second question.
Cool, thank you. Right. So, would you then say with what you've just said there that it would be potentially advantageous that other projects or other things build on not only on Drip but on the drops, the LP token that one might obtain for providing liquidity to Drip?
Yeah, that would be cool. You mean as in Gangster Finance having a drop staking pool?
Oh well, no, that's a stretch of the imagination.
Hey, but it's not a dumb one.
But yeah,
It's not a bad one.
Why
Say
not?
never, right?
Why not? Yeah, why
Never
not?
say never, right?
Right.
Okay,
Yeah.
so there you go, guys.
Yeah.
I like
There you
to
go.
look
Make
at
it happen.
from the yeah. I like to look at things from a developer's perspective a lot of the time, and that means that sometimes I miss how the people who actually play these things sort of look at it. But yeah, I mean, a lot of it I see is why don't people start building on top of this? There's so much more you can do than just put money into it and keep
Totally.
rolling every day.
Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
Totally.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's
So-
so solid to build on top of. It's so solid. Everything
Yeah.
about it is
Good
solid.
base. Yep.
I just want to ask a question too, and I'm going to zip it for a minute. But does everybody in this chat have at least some GFI?
Yes.
Yes.
I
I do.
didn't. I don't.
You don't? Oh
Kelly,
my
you
God.
should.
Okay.
We'll hook you
I
up.
know I should. I know I should. I don't yet.
Sort me out with your address in a DM or something on Telegram, and I will hook you up with some GFI.
Oh,
Okay?
cheers.
There you
cheers.
go.
Thank you.
Yeah. Cool.
I had for a minute. I had H&W staked in the Gangster Finance vault.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. So I do have a Gangster Finance personality or whatever. I bought a name.
You have a.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
I have a gangster name.
Nice. That's always
Yeah.
cool. Well, watch out for that because that's actually something we're going to use in the future as well. What's GFI? Oh, wow.
Yes,
Okay.
there you
Tell
go.
us all
Man,
about
the,
it.
There you go.
the floor
What
is
is
yours.
GFI?
The floor is yours,
It's
brother.
all
The floor
you,
is yours. Do it.
gangster.
Oh, okay. GFI is the native token of Gangster Finance, the platform which I started in March of 2021. GFI is an elite token, ERC 31337, carrying features like reusable locked liquidity, a permanently growing price floor, and many others, including an internal staking component too. The greatest thing about GFI is the fact of it being a fee sharing token, meaning that with every transaction, there is a base fee of 10% that is sent to the fee splitter, and a part of that is dispersed to stakers of the GFI token. So those who stake GFI, those who invest in GFI and then stake it, they share in the fees that are generated from every action that the Gangster Finance token contracts will perform. So naturally, as Gangster Finance continues to build more contracts and dApps and applications on top of the GFI token, anybody who is staking, anybody who's holding that token will enjoy the appreciation of value that we continue to absorb as we build into the future. So that's really what it is. If you'd like to check it out, gangster.finance is the website. We trade.
It's there in the. It's there in the.
Our pair-
comments now.
Is listed on Shiba Nova Dex. But also keep your eyes peeled for @Gangster Finance on Telegram, @Gangster Updates as well. We've just announced that very shortly we'll be bringing Gangster Swap, our very own DEX, to the Binance Smart Chain space.
Beautiful.
So definitely some very exciting news and development in that area as well. So the more the merrier in our Telegram group, and of course everybody is always welcome to join in. So.
Yeah.
I DM'd you my wallet address, and you have a DM from me now.
Fantastic.
And,
I'm going to sort you out with some GFI then.
Oh, thank you so much.
No problem.
Alak-Azul to that.
Yeah.
Alak-Azul to that.
Alak-Azul.
I'm going to drink
Here's-
some beer.
Here's
Here
my
we go.
blue water.
Oh, there.
My coffee, yeah.
There's mine in the
Cheers.
background. Right? Alak-Azul to that. Yeah, but like Don, what you were talking about earlier about adding on and stuff like that. Well, that's part of what we were talking about the other day, which we will discuss maybe later today or in the next day or so. Exciting stuff. So, yeah.
Looks good.
Don't
Get
compete,
some.
collaborate.
All right, good.
Don't compete, collaborate. You know.
Exactly right.
Yeah. And that's what we're going to be doing. Now, Folly's going, what are these guys up to? See, I got you worked out, brother. Don't worry, we'll let
He's
you in
already
on it.
clued
We'll
onto
let you
it.
in
He's
on
already he's already clued onto it.
Yeah, man.
Oh yeah, I mean, I totally understand how GFI works and how amazing it is. But I mean, one thing that really stands out for GFI or the technology on top of which GFI is being built is the fact that it's not like a mutually exclusive tokens all over the place. It's a token where tokens from 1,000 other projects can build on top, and you know what that means. Sending fees to GFI as an ecosystem. And that's how the technology is being built. The technology is such that tokens and projects can actually collaborate and build on top of each other. And community, we know, is one of the integral part of the success of a project. And that's what we've been seeing with this technology in the last few months, where a lot of communities have been, intermingling and collaborating, partnering, and making the crypto space a friendlier and a more all-inclusive ecosystem, or should I even say ecosystem now? Sphere, crypto sphere. Because people, no matter what your project is, you can still find it very, very easy to talk to someone from another project, and everything is free flowing. And that's why I love the technology so much. The person in charge is the pioneer of the project is called Professor Kronos, and she built this whole technology. And people are still uncovering the other things that you can, the functionalities of this technology, and it's beautiful to see that even as more people build on top of it, you would discover and demystify the other functionalities of this technology. And also, it's awesome so far. I can tell you that, and I'm just excited, and that's I'm going. I like what I'm hearing.
Ferdy, you're not in it yet, are you? You're not into GFI yet, Ferdy?
Oh,
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'll help you through that later on.
Sort out an address to my DMs, and likewise you shall receive as well. Kelly, if you would like to check out the Gangster Vault for XGFI at some point, you will have 5,000 XGFI in your balance.
Ooh, there you go.
Thank you. I'll go check
Just a
right
random
now.
drop.
How exciting. How exciting. Thank you.
Thanks, Function.
Just a random drop.
Wow.
Ferdy, you can send your address to me, and I'll forward it on to Don later on if you want.
Amazing.
So,
how exciting.
He's saying that so he can swap it out with his address before he does.
come on, man. Would I do that? No. Okay.
Wow, that's dark. That's so dark.
You search Don Function. Do not DM me on Telegram, right?
Hey, I changed that. I changed that. Because despite the message that was quite clear in the username, they still kept messaging me. It really did not work.
So yeah, Ferds, look him up, and Don will sort you out there. So
I'm just
thank
kidding.
you for that, bro.
Thank you so much.
No problem.
Thanks for that, bro. So this is just nice, man. I love having all of you guys on here. It's awesome, And the thing is, we're just from such diverse lives. We've come from so many different places, and to see that we can all be into crypto and come from different places. I mean, wow, rocket scientist here with us.
Yeah. Rocket scientist?
With me, a dishwasher? No.
That's me. I'm a rocket scientist.
Well, that and musical equipment engineer extraordinaire.
That's right.
Oh, there you go.
Can I just say, look, seriously, I think, I don't know, I am blown away by that technology that you helped to create. Seriously.
Oh, thank you.
When I mentioned to you, hey, is that the stuff that Imogen Heap uses? I was truly in awe that, holy shit, I found the creator or the co-creator of this tech, and it's like, wow, because I understand how it works. It's, oh my God. Sorry.
It's pretty amazing.
Oh, I was blown away just from those flowers that you were playing. Was it Happy Birthday or Merry Christmas or something? Happy Birthday.
Yeah, that doesn't even involve
just on those flowers. But
pardon the French here, but to put it in 2 words, it was fucking incredible. So.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, absolutely. Hats off to you.
Can the metaverse be integrated with your invention, Kelly?
Yeah, Imogen is really working on that right now, and we're all working on VR, AR kind of next steps with the gloves. Yeah,
that is really cool.
Beautiful.
That's awesome.
Yeah. See?
Well, thank you.
Crazy.
I actually saw that first when I was sort of learning how to make electronic music too. Because years and years ago, back in 2015 and thereabouts, I'd started to learn how to use Ableton Live, making electronic music. I saw Skrillex using Ableton Live. I'm like, that's the program I got to use because he's using it. So of course I'll make it if I use that too.
Yeah.
But no, I ended up creating my own different breed of music too, and it was really cool. But yeah, then I saw the controllers that people were using, and then your gloves came up in the mix, and a whole host of other things too. That's also when the Launchpad phase was going around. Have you seen that too?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, cool.
Whatever.
Wow,
I love MIDI music tech. That's freaking awesome.
nice. Well, most people don't know about it, so I mentioned the gloves, and they were like, "Oh, nice." They don't know. Yeah.
Well,
Well,
yeah, there you go.
I'd heard of them, but I didn't really look into them until we had you on the stream the first time. I'm going,
Uh
oh my gosh,
What
look
the
at
heck?
this.
huh.
I've got to have this, you know?
And then that babe Ariana Grande went and used them too.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Wow.
I was on that tour with her under the stage for 84 shows. Yeah.
Oh wow. That must have been
Wow.
so. Did they at least give you a fan or aircon or something?
Yeah,
Yeah.
no, it was actually pretty good. It wasn't too bad.
I
So
mean,
it usually
because
wasn't a fan or aircon, but it wasn't so bad.
Wow. But man, yeah. 84 shows? That's insane.
It was a big tour. It was the honeymoon tour, the first tour. There was a
that's
lot,
incredible.
a lot of shows.
Wow.
Wow.
Yeah, they didn't fail once.
What? Wow,
And
there you
that
go.
was really remarkable because they were
Yeah.
truly experimental at that point. We were not ready. It wasn't like the final product or anything.
So how on earth did that actually happen then? If they weren't the final product, how did you get them on the? How did she get them on the road?
She came to visit us. She came to visit Imogen. So when I was working at Imogen's, she came for dinner with Imogen, and Imogen showed her the gloves. She's like, "Oh my God, I really want those!" So then we made her a pair, and then she came to try them on, and then she decided she wanted to use them in the tour, which was like a couple weeks away. And so within a couple weeks, we had to figure out how to get the whole system ready for tour. We went to a bunch of us went to LA. Well, a few of us on the team went to LA. Chagall made her an initial patch like to control the gloves, and then she learned it and went on tour. It was terrifying. It was it was a real nail biter.
That's
Oh
crazy,
wow!
isn't it?
Someone calling out for free GFI in the chat.
Yeah, there you
wow.
go, bro.
no.
Look, I just got to show you that. You know, I've got to show you that. Otherwise, they're going to say, "Oh, you didn't show it." What? That's up
All
to
right.
you.
Well, okay.
contact him.
How's this? If you just Matthew, all right, because you're the only person who's called
Just
out for
Matthew.
it so far.
Yeah.
Jump into @Gangster Finance on Telegram and say, I don't know, Danny's show is the best or something. Okay, and then
There you
I'll
go.
seek you out to give you some GFI. All right.
Alak-Azul. Say
Alak-Azul.
Alak-Azul.
Yeah, there you go. Alak-Azul. Yeah, and you got to
Hang
spell
on,
it correctly too.
That's
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'll
hey,
put that here. Yeah.
Danny, I'm going to share my screen because I have a question for Don. Mr.
Okay.
Function.
Okay. Just a
Uh oh,
sec.
watch out! I'm in trouble. Kelly's got questions.
No,
Yeah, you're in
not
trouble
at
now,
all.
man.
I just want to ask a
It's a
question
math
because I can't
question.
work it out. So I'm an
Okay,
idiot here.
Ready to
can-
share? Ready to share?
Sure, yeah.
Okay.
All right,
Um,
let's take a
so-
look.
You put that then. So I see that it says I have 127 staked in vaults. So do I need to go to the staking vaults?
Correct.
Like,
That's
how
right.
come it doesn't show up here at the zero, like here where it says my XGFI?
So
you
I'll
have to
explain how this
approve
dashboard page works. No.
Okay.
So let me explain how the dashboard works. The top row that you see there, the first one in the top row is your GFI balance in your wallet. The
Okay,
second one
yeah.
is your XGFI balance in your wallet.
Oh,
The
in the
third one,
wallet. Okay.
yeah, is the current price of GFI in both US dollar and BNB values.
Okay.
The second row is all the details pertaining to your vaults. So your daily income capacity on the left, your current earnings in the middle, and the total US dollar value on the right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So then if I want to see the actual staked GXGFI, do I go here to staking vaults?
Correct. And then you head to,
And I go
you
to
click on
this
go
one?
to vault. That's right.
Okay. That
And there
really
you
got
go.
me. Okay, I see. Oh, wow. Look at that. My stake, 5,000 XGFI. That's so nice.
Yeah.
There you go.
Aw. Okay, I think I get it. So now, do I need to
then
roll
you
it
can
then? I need
compound.
to do the compound every day then.
Once you have some earnings or rewards in the third item on the left there, on the right there, yep. Once you have some earnings or rewards, yeah, compound and yeah, that'll just keep on growing.
Okay.
What's the gas fee to compound, bro?
It's probably like 17 cents or something like that.
Okay.
So
Oh, sweet.
I generally, and this is the way that I do it, is I generally wait until I have at least 100 to 200 XGFI before I compound. Yeah. But so long as you compound, you're increasing your portion of the vault that you own. Look at that, 97% APY. You've got
Wow.
0.023% of the vault. So that right there also tells everybody exactly how distributed that vault is. I mean,
Yep.
you know, that's
Wow. That's cool.
yeah.
Thank you. I really, really appreciate that. Okay, I can stop
No
sharing my
problems
There
at
you go,
all.
guys. So yeah, Gangster
No
Finance.
problems.
Check it out, guys. So man, it's awesome to have you on here, Don. I didn't expect you to jump on today, but no,
Honestly,
it's good. And then
I didn't expect it either because I'm having a Sunday, Sabbath day.
yeah,
But yeah, no, I mean, I'm just sort of enjoying my day. I'm not doing much coding today. I've just sort of decided to relax and hang out with some people. So come and see my friends. Yeah.
yeah, man. And we always love to have you here. And I don't know, maybe we'll do a bit of Alak-Azul later on, man.
Oh yes, absolutely. The downtown bar at the Gangster Finance Discord will definitely be open later on.
Sweet.
Wow, so you guys are meeting in person? You guys are kind of hanging out in person?
No, we always we get on either Zoom or Discord pretty much every other day. And it's one of these things because they're a couple of hours ahead of me. So sometimes I get a message in the morning, it's still my morning. Hey, downtown bar's open on Discord. It's like, oh my God, now I know what's going to happen to the rest of my day. Because, right?
Hey, now you're making us sound like a bad influence.
You are, man, you are. I'll always blame you, and I get into there, and then you've got Roller and you got Don, and they're like, come on, mate, you're not a real Aussie unless you drink with us, and then they cheat along the way.
Now you're making it sound like peer pressure and bullying.
Come on, man. You guys then disappear and leave me there on my own until like 1 or 2 in the morning, my time.
Oh,
we start at like 10 in the morning. Oh yeah, you do.
No, we don't. No, we don't. This guy's telling lies right here.
No, but it's actually really good because we do have that that bit of a bonding moment. We do get together and we have drinks, but we also discuss a lot of really good stuff in the process. It's not just a matter of, hey, let's get drunk. That's
the thing. Yeah. See, that's one thing I'd like to put out there as well, and something I was actually talking to somebody else about this morning is that despite what it looks like when we sort of get on these video chats and these YouTube streams or Discord calls or whatever, and all we're doing is sitting there talking crypto and talking money and talking bullshit with one another. Okay, there's a lot of that goes on, but people don't actually realize just how hard we people in crypto actually work even still. There is still a crap load of work that goes into finding the right places to put your money, the right procedures to follow to do so, the right strategies to implement, and the way to build your teams. There's a whole number of aspects that mean we work just as hard as the average person does, if probably not harder. Okay?
Well, it's not really passive income. That's how I would put it. There
you go.
Income,
exactly. Okay, fair enough. We're sitting here having beers and drinks right now, but right now you guys don't know that I was actually coding a contract all this time while talking to you guys. That's what I mean. So
yeah,
master multitasking.
Yeah. Oh well, there's some aspects I keep that are good. But yeah, no. The point is that crypto is rewarding, and it's not just sitting around doing nothing. And that's what I think a lot of people mistake as well.
Yeah,
is that people just sit there like, oh, I'm going to take some profit now. That's it. No, it's not like that.
Yeah,
crypto is tough. Crypto is hard. You still got to, watch your back. It's
crypto is controversial.
Yeah, very much so. In a lot of territories, in a lot of countries, there's a lot of regulations that you have to deal with. A lot of incompatibilities that way. But then there's
there's also just the trust and emotion factor of it, right? Mm-hmm. Like in regards to like building teams, etc. I mean, Kelly's been lucky because her family's come on board, right? Mm-hmm. For me, even though I'm helping people out, my family haven't come on board because they all have like some other preconceived idea first, and it's often like, oh, when you make $1 million, then let me know. That's that's it's one of those things. But eventually they'll come on board. But yeah, it's controversial in that regard as well.
Hey, it looks like Matthew from the chat just joined Gangster Finance Telegram.
Hey.
Oh, beautiful.
So it looks like Matthew's going to get some GFI today.
Yeah, there you
So
go.
anybody else out there
Congrats.
watching?
Welcome.
Anybody else out there watching? Okay, seriously, for the next 2 minutes, only 2 minutes, okay? If you're
2
watching the
minutes.
stream right now, for the next 2 minutes, if you join our chat and post Alak-Azul, just like Matthew did, okay, I'll send you some GFI.
Yes, there you
Hey.
go. Ferdy, do it too. Ferds, get on there, so then you've got contact with Don.
Yeah,
Check
I'll,
it out
Right.
as well. Yeah,
I'll post
Gangster
I'll
Finance.
get instructions from you later, Danny, on how to.
Well, you've got
Telegram
it's
link
okay.
is on the chat right now.
There's a
There we
Telegram
go.
link there. But,
Guys, I have to leave.
no
Thanks
problem.
really for having me in the chat right now. Thank you very much.
Man,
So I
thank
hope to see
you.
again.
Always
Uh,
welcome.
Thank you, and welcome again to the team. And
Yeah,
actually,
thank you,
a
man.
big shout out to Ray, Bartertown Conglomerate, because it was when he shared a portion of our stream, Eric, that we did with Forex Shark. When Bartertown Ray, when he shared that on his stream, that's how Ferdy knew about us, and that's how Ferdy
nice.
contacted us, and became part of the team. So
Bartertown,
yeah,
my
shout
man.
out.
Shout out. Yeah,
Yeah,
Bartertown.
shout out.
What's up?
And yeah, Bartertown, but gave us a really nice big plug on his live stream as well.
Nice.
So,
Fantastic. Ray does some
he's
incredible
doing great.
work. And shout
Yeah.
out to Ray from Gangster Finance as well. Hey, bro,
Yeah,
you
man.
should reach out to us at some point.
well, he said he's going to come on one of our live streams, so he did agree to that.
Oh,
Yeah,
there we
so
go.
that's going to be
All
fun, right?
Okay.
So there you
we'll
go.
Look forward to that.
Yeah. All right, Ferdy. Thank you, man.
Okay. Bye bye.
You have a good one. We'll speak
Yeah,
with you
bye,
later.
Fred.
guys.
Cheers.
Bye now, Ferdy.
Okay. Bye bye. Thank you.
There you go. So
Rock and roll.
there you go, guys. Well, I think we've been going for a couple of hours now.
Wow.
I'm having fun. I'm happy to sit here for another couple of hours, but everyone's got things to do, and we probably have to do a little bit of Alak-Azul in a little while as well.
For sure.
Well, that's
It was a good one, though.
I came on here to procrastinate writing my part 2 drip strategy article, which I've been trying to finish for months. I successfully managed to procrastinate for a whole nother evening.
I have to jump on that article. I'd love
You're
to give it
welcome.
a read.
Oh my
So-
God, I'll send you the link to it. The part 1 is great, but only like very basic. So I've been trying to do
Yeah.
the part 2 since then, and it's just less basic, so a lot more complex. But
Totally
I'll send you the
excellent.
link.
Yeah, awesome. All right.
Do that.
Well, guys.
All right.
So Danny, are you basically telling us that we're going to tie it out here then?
Yeah, I think so. Unless you guys have got more to say.
Well, I don't really have more to say. I was just about to share, though, that for those of us who are here, the 5 who are here, including myself, the Gangster Finance Discord is open. All right.
That's absolutely
Hey.
awesome. We can do that. We can get on there and see how it goes, and then eventually probably end up in Zoom as we always do.
Probably.
Wait,
I don't know.
where's the Discord invite?
I will send you an invite via DM, Kelly, so that
Okay,
way
I
you
just sent you
definitely
the
get the
article.
link. Awesome.
Yeah.
Perfect.
And you can send to Lucky as well. I don't know if
Yes.
you guys are
Yeah,
I will send to
on
yeah.
Telegram
Lucky
now,
is
but-
actually in our DeFi Protocol 2.0 chat because
Oh,
he's
there
a
you go.
developer who writes code and all that sort of thing. So he's actually
Yeah.
got privy access to that sort of thing.
I'm
Yep.
jealous
yeah.
now.
Yeah, well, you know what?
Nah, it's
You're
all
about to
good.
become
No, I
even
know.
more jealous because that community. Lucky, I'm going to let you know as
Yeah.
well while we're here, real quick, man. I'm going to send you some GFI as well if you haven't got it, like
Cool.
any
No, I
already.
got I
Cool,
got some,
because
I got
that's about to become an exclusive community.
I'm not gonna
where
say
only-
no. I'm not gonna say no more. But yeah.
Yeah,
No, okay.
More
I'm just
like a lockout community where only
Yeah.
devs who hold the tokens that we're working with
I saw it.
are staying in. So
Yeah. That's good.
Yeah.
That's actually good. That's a good move.
All right.
Just one more thing. Anyone that's still out there watching, if you have a final question, please ask it now while we're still here. Otherwise, I'll give you 2 minutes to ask it so we can answer you.
Yep.
Otherwise, we're gonna call it. and you know, I'm going to switch over to probably having a couple of Alak-Azuls midday Sunday for me. Just a couple.
Do it. Do it. Do it.
Uh,
This was a
Josh.
good one. I think this is a good one.
Yeah.
I'm sure this will help. This stream will help people.
Oh, for sure, man, for sure. Oh, Don's got the guitar out.
Oh, there you go.
Oh, man. You know, this is what we do, Kelly. To be honest,
Kelly-
We're not
Kelly,
all boys,
we
Josh.
get
We're
on.
not all boys.
No.
Not
Yeah.
all boys.
Not all boys. There's definitely a chick in here.
Yeah, and she's a doctor. She's a doctor as well.
Yeah.
I feel like I type that like 50 times a day.
Yeah.
We're not all boys.
That's
Please
all
be more
right.
inclusive. Heart.
And you notice, Kelly, whenever I'm on your groups or anything like that, I just call everyone champ.
There you go.
Right? There you go.
That'll do.
You know,
No, we love you, Kelly. We love you, Kelly. And, you know,
Thanks.
again, always a pleasure to have you on the stream. Hang on, this is Daffy. Daffy, is Don drunk again?
John, oh wow, really?
When is he
Okay,
not?
you know what?
When is he not drunk?
Daffy, you know what? You get no airdrops now.
I'm taking those airdrops back.
Thankfully,
No.
thankfully,
Okay,
I
you
wasn't,
know what?
I wasn't the one that
I'm just
said
gonna
that.
say, I'm just gonna say for the next 5 minutes after the stream ends, okay, I extend my offer that anybody who jumps into our chat and mentions Alak-Azul for 5 minutes after the
Yes.
stream ends, I will issue some GFI to. Okay,
Whoa,
so
are you kidding me?
Beautiful.
That's
go
good.
ahead.
There you have it, guys. That's
All
absolutely
right,
awesome.
yeah. So if the Don's drunk, if that's a problem, fucking how about that? Yeah.
No
yeah.
worries. All right. All
Right.
right, lady and gentlemen, and the other ladies and gentlemen that are out there watching, thank you for tuning in. We'll try to do this more often. I know I've been slack for the last couple of weeks. I haven't done any videos and stuff, but again, I've been dealing with some other family issues and also busy with Alak-Azul. You know, just a really quick shout out for Alak-Azul. Alak-Azul, we're making progress. That's all I can say. We're making progress. All right.
Rock and roll.
And that's going to be another exciting project, which I'm sure Kelly will be in when we do end up launching that. So, and Folly's sitting there going, I want to know a little bit more about this. What are we doing, man? So you'll have to be part of Alak-Azul later on, bro.
See in the chat there. You see CEE. You need to join our Gangster Finance chat to get that. Oh, you already have.
did.
Excellent.
She did.
Yeah,
She
she
did.
did.
Fantastic. All right. Well,
There
looks
you
like
go.
some
They
people
did.
are getting
They
some
did.
GFI today. Rock and roll,
lucky.
everybody.
All righty, ladies and gentlemen.
I did it myself as well. Do I get another 5,000 GFI?
Just
I don't
keep
know about
hitting
the
them.
5,000, but you know,
Enter.
I mean, I suppose you followed the rules.
There you go. All right. Okay. Hey, thanks again.
Hey guys,
As always, a pleasure having you guys on, and thank you to everybody. Hang on, there's one more comment here. What's this?
We
she did.
didn't get the
Okay.
dance from Folly though.
Yeah, Folly.
Oh
come on,
yeah,
you gotta
Folly
dance,
needs
bro.
to dance. Come on, man.
Oh, you need a dance from me?
Yeah.
Don's got the guitar, Kelly's got the gloves, and there you
There
go.
we go. There we go. I'll take it. I'll take it.
There you go. All right, guys, I'm gonna let it go. You guys can sit there if you want, but I'm gonna end it for everybody else. All right, thank you, everyone, and we'll see you again soon. I'm gonna play my outro. Bye bye.